So that's me, awkwardly starting the stream, people, for the first time in the season. Just in case you don't remember, the last time it was me starting each episode, really awkwardly, not knowing quite when we're live. So we're back to tradition. So good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Iron New York for Season 5 with a whole new bunch of slightly disheveled faces, ready to be filled with tears and trauma. Again in Iron New York. Thank you very much for the delights of being a player to our Season 4 storyteller, Val. Thank you once again for the relaxation. I am now back in the saddle. I have coffee. I have a background. And you may have noticed the indicative, clearly very subtle, of what's going on this month around Pride Month. So please take a look into the charitable work that we're trying to do, raising money for Trans Lifeline, etc. We have various bits and pieces in celebration of Pride Month, and also trying to help promote raising funds for Trans Lifeline, such as if you go to our store, there is also a soundtrack available for free on the Ko-Fi store, etc., that can be redeemed. So please do go and support the community, especially our beloved trans community, as best as you can. But we do understand real life sometimes does kick us square right between the legs financially. So whatever support is that you can do, if it's a I'm going to say retweet there, it's not Twitter, it's Blue Sky, because we have class. You know, I can't hear you, Val, because you're on mute.
It's called Reskeet for Sky.
Reskeet? Oh, that's way
Reskeet.
better than what I was going to reach for, quite frankly. Clearly someone's got some imagination. So they're going to reskeet. So please reskeet Blue Skies, subscribe, or whatever you feel you can manage given what's going on in your life, and we appreciate all of that work, and I'm sure we will reach our target one way or the other. But that being said, we're going to crack on with Season 5 of Iron New York. And a bit of a summary, there's, end of Season 4, if for those who didn't catch it, was quite dramatic, and there's been a little bit of rolling down out of the wild situations that our players found themselves in, that Artemis and Kayla found themselves in, and have received their just rewards and or punishments. So, Artemis, when you wake that evening, what sounds do you hear in the house you now live in as you wake?
Likely when they wake, they're hearing the TV on, cartoons going, probably a little bit of chatter back and forth between their two children that they now have to care for, followed by the sounds of their own getting up and moving around.
And the discomfort on your chest as well, of the thing that is attached to you. And as you move around the house, everything's kind of quiet and dark, barring that TV blaring in another room, the sort of light flickering, casting shadows through. But as you pass your front door, you do see that there is an envelope lying as if it has been posted.
They're gonna just kind of shoulders go down a little bit now and take that envelope and go ahead and take a look.
Inside is a single word scrawled on a piece of paper in relatively fancy writing. All it says is Elysium.
Great! That's where I like going. I love it there. It's my favorite place ever.
It is, yeah. It's just fantastic for you, yeah.
They're gonna go ahead and get ready, get the kids situated with some leftovers from the night before, some sketty, and then let them both know, like, hey, 10 p.m., lights out, you're in bed.
And almost simultaneously, yes, mother, 10 p.m. And that oddly blank look you've become accustomed to.
Shakes it off and goes ahead and gets their boots on and heads on out.
Are you hoofing it?
No, car.
Right. Would you care to describe the car, just so people have a concept of what the car looks like?
Yeah, so it's it's really, really, it's customized. It's it's a very customized black Subaru in matte black. And when I say matte black, I mean somebody used housing paint to paint this at some point and did their best, and it works. It's just, 4-door little Subaru SUV.
I mean, you say it works. The fact that it was able to take really well to the chalk someone's drawn hopscotch up the side of your car, which as you're able to like dust it off, because that's what blackboards can do, is you just dust the chalk off, etc. Yeah, it's a perfectly serviceable vehicle that's been elegantly customized. But yes, and you head off to Elysium. Kayla, how does the night start for dear Kayla?
Kayla gets up basement of her now new lab on a cot, as she hasn't had time to get furniture, doesn't have a lot of help anymore. So she gets her garb on, pours herself a nice blended mix of substance, and she turns on her TV. Her lab is not yet opened, but she's just getting herself ready, getting the lab ready for its grand opening, which is not currently today.
Easy enough. Yeah, your shake's a little bit starting to age out, but you just manage to sort of push that hunger that little bit down, and you know that if you actually want to really refill, having spent the blood point to wake this evening, you're going to have to consume quite a bit more, the equivalent of a full organ, like someone's liver or a couple of kidneys, something substantial. But that snack is enough to just push that little bit down on that nagging itch at the back of your throat that you need more substantial food.
He will turn the TV on. If there's any news about anything going on currently?
No, not currently. There is a weirdly large number of infomercials, all selling various forms of pure, epic quality, lab zirconian recreations of insert famous jewelry here. And in fact, on one of them, as you're scrolling through, you notice that someone has clearly been just templating all of this, because it literally says "insert here" on one of the things. Like, they've just left the template unpopulated. They've just been really lazy about it. The nightly news isn't really carrying much more than traffic reports and other such things. The usual sort of notes of homelessness is almost unknown now, and health, there is one report that might catch your eye. If you could just make a wits plus medicine roll at difficulty 7, let's say, for me, that would be fantastic.
It's plus.
Medicine.
Okay. Here we go. I think, because this is the first roll, I will use.
Very brave.
You said difficulty 7?
Yes. How many successes?
4?
4.
It's 5.
Oh.
You have 5 successes.
Oh, is it
5?
5? Okay.
Result rolled
Okay,
5
that's-
success.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I said 4. Okay.
No, you're good. 5.
You're-
You got
That's
5.
my willpower.
So, as you're scrolling through, there's just this little footnote on one of the news scrolling bars along the bottom of the screen. And it mentions Dr. Philip Hopewell. And to you, that just immediately, you're like, that name's really familiar. Like, and you're just racking your brains, and it clicks. He's a disease expert, and he's a specialist in tuberculosis. It's weird that he's in New York City, though. I mean, it scrolls along saying, visiting or giving an urgent lecture to various New York officials on communicable diseases. It seems very passive, but you're like, he's old. He does not fly for like on the dot. He has a scheduled like lecture tour and research and things like that. He doesn't really just go places. So it's a bit weird.
Does it say where he's at?
No, it does. All it talks is that he's talking to city officials and giving lectures and such things.
Okay. I will note that for later. I'm gonna head upstairs to check to see if any mail has been dropped off, and check to see if there's any packages for the lab.
There are a couple of small packages that have been left in the package slot. The sort of kind of one where it's a one-way slot where you can slide a certain size of package in, it drops down into a cage. But there is also a letter, or at least an envelope, that is very much distinct in that it's more classic, high-grade paper kind of envelope. It definitely catches your eye.
I open the envelope.
It has a piece of paper on which is inscribed a single word. Elysium.
Taylor will sigh. She will put all of the packaging that she hasn't looked through to the side. She'll make sure to close up, get her jacket on, and we'll call for an Uber.
Okay. Absolutely fair. You manage to get yourself an incredibly dull Uber ride into that side of New York, to the meatpacking district in Manhattan. The kind of big club scene that's been a bit up and down recently with the craziness going on in New York, but things are starting to settle. Itsy bitsy. How does
Yes.
your night start?
Waking up and attempting not to trip over the 30,000 things my dad has in his tent. So it's more of a on my knees crawling around, attempting to find the chest and or my seeing eye dog so that I have a proper guide to walk around.
There is a familiar, very deep from nearby, hearing you move, and his large, warm body makes contact with your hand.
Yee. Okie dokie. Then she is going to take time to get dressed as best as she can, being, blind. So it's grabbing whatever she can that feels like it may or may not fit and then slides it on.
That feels like my clothes.
Yeah, she's like, that feels like what Dad left for me. You know, it
You
doesn't feel
you
like
do
it's his
find
size.
that you do find that there is clothes laid out, but in a sort of, it's not like really well organized. It's like somebody's gone, yep, that, and it's in a sort of thickened pile on top of one chest, like neatly, but very much the sort of I have placed clothes kind of
Oh.
vibe. Um,
Then she'll wear those since Dad pulled her out clothes and she doesn't have to worry about things.
oh, you still have to choose. There's like 3 different blouses, 2
Oh,
different
then
dresses.
she'll pick the top of each. Like,
But unbeknownst to you, you've picked a lovely blue dress.
of course.
Just conveniently, for reasons. And you do hear him moving around.
Dad? Or
Yes.
Huntsman? Oh.
Dad.
Morning, Pops. Do we have anything to do today? Or are we free to go about the city?
So, I'm gonna do your makeup. Don't worry.
Oh.
I know how to do this. It'll be
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
And you want the modern look, right? Yep.
Well, yeah. We need
Okay,
to look
cool.
modern.
Great, I've got this. I've got a good grasp. I've been taught well on modern makeup.
Oh.
And proceeds to perpetrate said look.
She kind of giggles at him and is like, hey Dad, you know,
Yeah.
you don't have to go like super detailed. Like, we can't see, we have no eyes, we wear glasses, so like, thank you, never
Listen,
mind. Thank you, Dad.
I've been taught one way to apply this stuff. I don't like. I've learned how to do this routine. I've learned like a couple of other routines. I don't think you want those routines. I don't think you're after those kind of looks quite yet. So maybe
Well,
experiment with those later on.
To be fair, Dad, we don't know what a look is.
That's true. Yeah. How do I put this? This one is reserved.
Okay, Daddy, thank
but
you.
Modern.
Okay.
Yeah. But no, you've also got a letter.
Who thinks it's funny to send the blind girl a letter?
He hands it to you.
She just kind of like pats it so she can like open it.
Well, as you're patting it, you feel that on the surface embossed is Braille.
Oh, okay. So someone's not completely an asshole. So
Yes.
she's gonna feel and see what it says.
When you pull out the little piece of paper inside, it is also embossed with Braille, and it says Elysium.
Dad, I don't want to go.
Go where? I mean, that's a blank piece of paper.
Dad, it says go to Elysium. We do not like Elysium, Dad. It's very loud and smells weird.
You're not wrong, but if they've asked you to go to Elysium, it's good to go. It's important. It's blending into the society. You know, making connections, building that web work of various people that you can touch on and call on in an emergency. You never know, you might make friends.
We have friends.
Or new enemies.
Okay, Danica likes that one. Okay.
You know, don't worry, Elysium tends to be good for both.
Can we stab
You know,
them?
Not in Elysium.
Got it.
Not in
So
Elysium.
technically, as long as we're not in Elysium.
As long as you don't kill them, but there's a lot of ways to not kill someone.
Okay. Can you call us a cab?
Sure. Yeah, I can call you a cab.
Can you pay for our cab?
I can call a cab that won't charge me money.
Okay. Danica's broke.
I mean, as for those who aren't sight impaired, the very old-looking man, who is clearly still a kindred, looks around his yurt under a bridge filled with miscellaneous bric-a-brac, some of which is, like old IKEA furniture, a sea chest, a Victorian age traveling trunk, a first edition Gutenberg Bible, a golden candelabra, an old CD player, a VCR, like 2 old TVs barely working, just miscellaneous stuff. But yeah, yeah. I'll order you. I'll get a cab. I'll make a phone call.
Okay.
Get your cab.
You do that. We're gonna go find money. Because Danica can't keep doing this.
Oh, yeah, no, fair. Yeah. Okay.
We'll meet them on the bridge. And yes, fast cab. Oh, wait. Could you request Shield 999?
Shield 999.
Yes.
You know a specific taxi shield number?
Yeah, Mr. I think his name was like Hector or something. He's very sweet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll request Shield 999. Yeah, okay.
Thank you, Dad.
No problem. And I assume you leave the yurt and...
Yeah, I got my cane in one hand, and I've made sure that Huntsman is all strapped up and prepared for Elysium as a seeing eye doggy.
How strapped up?
Everything.
Okay. Loaded for Huntsman. Yeah, so you exit the yurt, you hear some mumbled words. Looks if you're quite strong hearing, requesting that certain cab. And yeah, anything you want to do around the market before we meet the cabin?
Attempt to talk to Chump Change and helping me find money because I need some.
Okay, I would love it if you could make a roll on a certain stat beginning with G.
Got you. And difficulty?
Difficulty 7, please.
Oh. This is not gonna go well. Oh, I was wrong. 3 successes.
Okay, so there's a weird tug, and you between 2 barrels that feel really warm, you get gently drawn down, and you pat your hand around, and there's this sort of weird, wet lump, and as you push into it, you realize it's just a wallet. It's just a leather wallet that's been sat in the rain for clearly a long time, pinned between the 2 barrels. And as you pull it out and you fish around inside, there's a credit card, what feels like an ID, and definitely like a small wad of cash. It's very wet cash.
It's okay.
But
I'm gonna take
cash.
the cash. I'm gonna take the cash and then throw the wallet into the warm barrel.
Okay. There's a
oh,
and a hiss of steam.
Nice. I'm gonna feel the threads on the bills to figure out how much it is.
There is a 50, 20, and 6 5s.
Okay, I'm going to bend the top left corner of the 50, the top right corner of the 20, and then the bottom left of all the ones.
Okay.
So
you carefully braille code your money so you know which one's which.
And then just stick it in my bra and then go head towards where the cab is supposed to pick me up.
And to those outside watching, as she walks along, there is a suspiciously bloomed patch of see-through blouse.
It's okay.
Because of the water. They are very waterlogged, so it feels cool on your skin, but you don't realize it's making your blouse see-through.
I can feel it. She just does not care.
Doesn't care. Right, okay, no, that's fair. Own your body, etc. But yeah, eventually you hear very familiar music of Mexican mariachi metal being played, As it gently quiets near the end, as it tails off. And apologies for those who are seeing me occasionally develop a extra brain inside my own brain, but I was not expecting this side effect when I put the pride stuff on. But apparently I'm salubrious now. But yes, there is a screeching of tires in a familiar way, and a horn definitely sounds like it's been changed over. Goes but it sounds like it's being played by a trumpet.
Perfect. So she's gonna walk up and pat until she finds the back door, and then open the door.
Yep, you hear the pinger. The back door is open, ready for you.
She gets Huntsman in to lay on the floorboard, and then she collapses the cane and then slides her little booty in and just, Hector, we gotta go to Elysium.
My favorite friend. Slow?
Yes, because I really don't like Elysium.
Okay.
It's loud and I'm blind. No,
Kabuji.
I rely on hearing, and it's just loud.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and he just slowly drives off. He's kept the music down quiet because he remembers the last time and the special requests, etc. And he gently leaves and heads towards Elysium. Meanwhile, Artemis, I take it you go to park in the parking garage.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you reach the parking garage, and it's bright, sort of. I say bright. It's weirdly that sort of intense but very orangey sort of light that makes everybody look terrible under it. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't hurt the eyes. It couldn't hurt the eyes if it tried. And it's attempting to fight back the shadows and, if anything, make it worse. Because it's a parking garage, and if you're not mood musicking in a parking garage, what are you really doing with your life? But yeah, you managed to find a parking spot quite easily. But I'd love it if you could make me a perception plus alertness roll. Difficulty 9.
I ain't seen nothing.
Okay. Was that a botch or just
It's a botch. It's a full botch.
Oh, right. Okay. So, you. Okay. Wasn't expecting that. Give me 2 seconds while my thoughts thought. So you are looking around and you make the terrible mistake of going, "Oh, I'll just do ow, 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 ow." You didn't blind yourself, but you're very much doing this sort of, "Oh fuck," kind of. I looked at a flash. It's unfortunate. That kind of stuff. But you don't accidentally blind yourself. But currently, what you can see now in the car park is composed of 2 things: black areas and pain. Generally speaking, it's just sort of like you can see the outlines of cars, so you're not walking into them, but everything else is that sort of fuzzy of no at this moment in time. So yeah, you managed to make your way to that side sort of parking entrance that you were told to use. So it's all good. You do hear some staff people sort of coming in and out. You can smell a couple of them having their vape break in the specialist vape shelter. Hardly any of them smoke anymore. Currently, it is a horribly nauseating mix of bubblegum, blue raspberry, and toffee popcorn. It smells like an old cinema feels. It's like a theater that went somewhere to die, unfortunately. But hey, you make it in through the side door and proceed your way through the kitcheny areas where it's much darker lit. And I take it you're finding your way to that secret passagey sort of vibe that you were showed last time through the maintenance areas.
Absolutely.
Okay. It takes a while. You take a few wrong turns, but you manage to find your way there. You find the end of that tunnel, pop the little hatch open, you climb up the runged ladder, suddenly inside the scaffolding, and you can hear some music playing. It sounds like club music for a change instead of bands. It's like just over and over, basically. There's lots of flashing lights that you thankfully can't see because of all the banners that are wrapped around the scaffolding, which hold some of the sound system. And you're able to scramble up, safe and sound, to the second floor. Well, first floor. Depends on your definition of floors. The Elysium floor, the one above the ground floor. Yeah. And the insulation from the sound that concrete bunkery type edge provides into safety. Surf. Kayla, your Uber drops you off at the front with the huge long red carpet piled full of partygoers in various club outfits and regalia. You notice there's a lot of neon involved, like neon greens, pinks, blues. Definitely less fabric involved than normal, but also at the same time lots more actual pieces of fabric involved. So there's layers and layers going on. It's very strangely European rave kind of vibes.
Kayla wasn't sure what to expect, so she left her lab coat there. She's wearing all black turtleneck, black slacks, fancy high heels.
Like really high?
Yeah, like the steel toe boot type high heels.
Oh, right, okay.
She did not come with any weapons. Gets out, she sees this line, she looks for, I guess, whatever the procedures for folks getting into this club. She tries to stay incognito, and she also watches out looks to see if there are any rods watching.
So, do you have Auspex? I can't remember. Actually.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Could you make a perception plus awareness roll for me, please?
Difficulty?
Difficult. 2 seconds, because it's an opposed roll 10. We'll simplify it down, make it difficulty 9.
Do remember, if you don't have dots in it, you can't roll it for this season.
That's true. So if you don't have awareness, you can't roll. So.
Not going to use a willpower for that. See. 1 success.
You get the feeling you're being observed, but given the huge crowd and everything else going on, it's like the itchy hairs on the back of the neck kind of feeling. It could just be paranoia, it could be real, but you're not sure at this stage. It is uncomfortable. But what you do also notice is there is a security team stood right there. Carefully managing the crowd through. They've got a list kind of thing in front of them. And there's like a little security booth as well.
She has her mask on. She's going to walk up to them with the invite. I guess if there's like a line, she's not going to try to cut ahead of it unless there's like she's not going to try to cut ahead of it.
I mean, there's a red sort of line with about several hundred people in it, or there's just cut straight to the security guy. It's your choice which you choose to do.
Are there any people cutting that have the invitation?
No one else seems to have anything like that.
I will cut the line.
Okay. You head over to the security guy, and to describe him, he's about 6'6". He looks like he maybe ate a baby rhinoceros this morning for breakfast. He is jacked. and has a voice I literally cannot attempt because it has bass tones replicated by blue whales, probably. That sort of deep voice. I can't go that low. It is just resonant when he speaks, and he goes, and he just sort of looks a bit confused.
Before I walk up to this gentleman, after seeing apparently how attractive this gentleman is, Kayla's going to use Blush of Life.
Okay. And the blood point.
Well, that's just to bring out the more demure, like more, I guess, I don't know.
Lively.
Actually, yeah, like to seem lively for this person. And she will walk up and she will nod and she'll show the.
Okay. He goes, okay. We just need you to step into the booth.
Before she steps in, she will nod and like she has a card out. It's like her business card for her lab, and she will hand it to this person.
He takes it and he puts it in his breast pocket that's on his like security uniform. That's one of those tight t-shirts that currently is struggling to contain him. And it is, you can perfectly see the outline of the card being tried to push through the fabric from his just sheer size.
Fantastic.
But yes, he shows you to the security booth if you follow.
Yes.
Okay. And gently brings you in. And it's like, okay, just gonna warn you. Frowns at it for a moment and goes,
I open my mouth. I take off the mask and I show them my now. I imagine it's kind of like having braces on for like Kindred, and for her it's much worse because it's her chompers, like it's like shark teeth chompers that are being, so she shows that, but she smiles through it.
Your teeth were removed last season because
They
you
were
can't
removed.
eat.
Okay, so then she shows her removed teeth, and she smiles for whatever that would be.
I mean, hold on a minute. I need to have a moment in my head just to focus.
Okay.
The security guy.
Everybody gets a blue blood point back.
Yeah. The security guy has a moment when you show him that. You're not sure if he's embarrassed, or he's definitely having an emotional reaction, and goes, "Oh yeah, you're okay, cool. And just sort of opens the other side of the security booth, lets you exit.
May I place my mask back?
Yeah, please do. Yeah.
Thank you. She puts her mask back on. She nods at him.
Yep. Make a perception plus alertness roll at difficulty about 5.
Okay, difficulty 5.
Yeah.
One success.
Okay. Just as you're near the doors, the one thing you do hear behind you is like, "Damn!" in his deep, sonorous voice, just sort of echoing slightly. As you go in the door, clearly talking to someone else, but it's echoed beyond the security booth.
Kayla's gonna make note of that. This is the first time I think that she's really been out to here since, because what happened, and she's probably just gonna make a note to probably get some fake teeth in the meantime. So keep going.
Yeah. It didn't sound like a bad dium, by the way. Just to be really clear on that. So you make your way in is, the proper clubbing rave style bass, etc.
I'm just gonna look to see if there's anybody that I know, and try to
The
be as
ground
Sorry,
floor,
you
as
go.
always, is awash with humanity. The stair, as always, is kind of there and empty and available for you to access and ascend up to Elysium itself.
That's where I'm going.
So, just to loop back around, Danica, you pull up quite sedately. And to be fair, the thing you can hear from outside is general confusion. From the slightly cracked window, you hear the sounds of lots of people, like, almost scattering, and then hesitating, and then lots of mumbled conversation. And just, yeah, otherwise fine, yeah.
Can I try and figure out or listen to what it is that they're saying so I get the vibe of the place?
Yep. You could do perception plus alertness.
Yay! Hold on.
Or a perception plus alertness, or perception plus streetwise.
Do my specialties count?
Which ones?
Either human echolocation or bioacoustics.
Oh, echolocation 100% applies.
Okay. What difficulty?
Yeah, don't worry, audience. We have a really freaky ass crew today. The difficulty is 6.
6. Do. Nope, can't use that, but it's okay. Because we got this. Look at that, 6 successes.
6. Okay, what you managed to 3D render in your brain just from listening is what's basically happened is as the taxis pulled up, everyone around has scattered as if the taxi has potentially the tendency to mount a curb quite aggressively at speed, and not necessarily brake particularly well. Almost like he's, got a reputation for really fast driving.
We love it.
So on instinct, the crowd, the miscellaneous crowd, have tried to get out of the way and then been really confused when there's been nothing to get out of the way of. Like, they've scattered, they've fallen back from the velvet rope, the security team have gone, oh no, and sort of clenched up. And then he sedately pulls in at 5 miles an hour and stops gently. And everyone's kind of quiet for a minute and like, what the fuck? And then slowly the hubbub returns, with a bit of note of confusion.
I love
because they recognize the taxi.
Sure, I love the chaos you caused, Mr. Hector. How much do I owe you for the ride?
I'm not a New York person, so I don't know how much this ride would be.
The fuck if I know, make a number up. It
Fuck
depends.
Let's call it 20.
Fuck yeah. She just kind of, you know what, whatever. And she reaches in her bra and hands him the entire wad of cash. She goes, probably because I'm gonna need you again, most likely to get home.
Oh, okay. I'll be on call. I'll stay nearby. And just to note, by the way, guys, I'm fighting my urge to put on a really terrible, like, Hispanic accent.
Don't do it.
Out of respect for people.
Don't do it.
I'm really trying. The instinct is there. I am resisting
No,
because he is
don't do it.
very heavily Hispanic. But it's much easier to write that accent than it is to say that accent. But yes, he takes the cash, and you can feel him shudder when he takes it. Like, oh, that's
It's not boob sweat. I found it on the ground.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, did you spill a drink? But thanks for telling me it's not boob sweat.
I mean, it's hot out. Like, it would make sense. No. I found it on the ground, and then it's Danica's now.
Actually, actually, could you say it's boob sweat? Because I can probably eBay this.
Sure, blind hot girl boob sweat.
Yeah. Okay. Could you just say that into my phone?
It's hot blind girl boob sweat money.
There we go. Right. Fantastic.
You want a picture?
Yeah. Can I?
Yeah. How do you want me to take it for you?
Just here, hold the cash up against your bra, and I'll take a picture.
Even better, she's gonna stick it back in her bra so it's like half hanging out, and then pull like her dress down.
Okay, he takes a picture. You hear that ka-ching.
Gay bestie.
He's like, perfect. I'm gonna get so much for this. I'm
got
splitting
you.
it half with you. I'm gonna, we'll just keep it on your tab. You can burn it down. Yeah, hot blind girl boob sweat, and you actually hear the sound of a Ziploc baggie. You're not entirely sure what was in that Ziploc baggie beforehand.
She don't care.
But
she respects the hustle.
There is a suspicious scent of greenery, of broccoli.
Yeah, sure.
Of generous herbal nature.
Danica wants some of that later. Danica can smell, remember, blind. We see and hear better.
Yeah. Heightened sense of smell. Yeah, sure.
That's some nice oregano you have there, Hector.
Listen, I'm a professional chef. What can I say?
Oh, clearly, I need to taste your food. Because we feel like... And she just had to take a deep breath. She goes, we really need to start getting back into character. Hold on. We're probably going to need it after visiting in Elysium. But thank you, Hector.
No problem.
Bye-bye. And she's going to slide out, but she's going to let Huntsman get out first. And then she's going to unclaps the cane. Yeah, so for context, those who don't know, Huntsman is this massive 170-something pound cane corso who is wearing a seeing eye dog vest equipped with the brace handle that's used for guide walk and this obnoxiously bright gold and black Chinese designed silk collar. And she, in contrast to this massive dog, is like this 5-foot itty bitty pink high heels pastel Barbie looking girl who is completely blind, and she just has this bedazzled pink fucking seeing eye cane in one hand, the dog in the other, and she's being led into the club.
Say that the queue is a little bit like confused.
Oh, she's going straight to the front. She's skipping. She don't care about nobody.
Yeah, no, but they're confused in general. But you arrive and you hear that security guy go, "Hey, on you go."
Evening. Thank you, handsome. Bye.
No problem, little lady. And it's that sort of little, the way he says little lady just sort of hurts almost how deep that voice is. You feel like you might be sat near a sonar dish kind of thing on a submarine. But yeah, you make your way in. It is loud. It's like that sharp bass that is really irritating
it's
for your
cool.
level of sensitive hearing.
I have concentration. So I am
Yes,
perfectly fine and evening it out. Let's go.
Yes. So you focus hard and you work your way through. You know the route to take. Huntsman knows the route to take.
Yes.
And he easily separates the crowd. There are some surprise of from the cane on the ground floor.
Well, they either move or they get their ankle slapped by the cane. I don't care.
Yeah. But conveniently, this side is not where the clubbing actually happens. It's more the drinks and socializing and weird tables, etc. But you do manage to reach the stairs, and the security team who give you that sort of obvious recognition and get out of your insanely large dog's way.
Bye. I hope you guys have good nights.
Again, slightly mystified, they go, "Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, you too."
And then just
they're not used to being interacted with.
She's gonna be very careful going up the glass stairs up to the venue.
Could you make for me an appearance plus subterfuge roll? A very not often used stat, people.
Appearance and subterfuge?
Yeah, and yes, you do get your speciality.
Fuck yeah, you already knew what I was gonna ask.
Yeah, and it is difficulty 7.
Why am I second guessing myself? I know my stats. No, I don't. I lied.
Because you're a VTM player. If you're not second guessing your stats, what are you doing?
You said difficulty 7.
Yes.
Okay, fuck it. I'll use it because I gained 1 back. That's 3 successes.
Okay. As you pass and say nice things to them, you can tell that they've sort of fallen for that cutesy, sort of innocent person thing. Regain a willpower, by the way. Because yeah, cutesy McCutesy disguise is cutesy McCutesying. To be fair, they also seem really weirded out because they're stoic ghoul guards who are in a nightclub, so they stand there silently and ominously, heavily armed. They're not used to somebody going, "Hi, how's your night? Are you doing really well?" So they're suffering from a little bit of cognitive dissonance right now. But you easily get past them. Meanwhile, to spin the camera back round, Artemis, up in Elysium itself, who or where do you go?
I'm gonna keep kind of to the edges, kind of in the dark, not really wanting to bug anybody, just kind of looking. Most likely looking for the keeper at this point, because I have a letter.
Yes, you do. Eventually, you do spot Eldrad. It's quite easy. Him being, one, quite tall, pale-faced, but so many are. It's really the large horns covered in spikes that are kind of the giveaway, as you easily zero in on him. He is, however, with someone that when you see them, there is a sort of lurch in your organs, generally speaking. I'd love it if you could make a willpower roll, please, at difficulty 8.
I got 1.
Okay. It's a success. You feel, I wouldn't say dizzy, but there's a moment where the world sort of does a wobble for you, because there's Eldrad, the very epitome of the Tzimisce, of the dripping gothic flesh-crafting horrors of the undeath, to the backgrounds of a rave beat and mild flashing lights off in the distance that you are thankfully shielded from. And then there's a woman who is what can only be described as iconic looking, a huge feather boa, enormous, flowing to the floor, huge swirling curls of blonde hair, wearing a pink, white, and blue corset, stockings, and slight platform heels. She's easily topping 6'3", and she looks like she could crack walnuts with those thighs. She is statuesque in all the best possible ways, and you've never seen her before, but you're feeling your internal organs attempt to do things that they haven't done in quite some time since you were embraced. Like, have a heartbeat and things like that. Your body is just a little bit for a moment.
Gonna do the very Artemis thing, where you don't immediately approach if there's somebody else, and kind of stand off to the side and see when it's safe to approach.
Just sort of look away, twist your foot into the ground, look over your glasses, bite your lip. Okay. Fair play. Eventually, you feel like something almost hits you, but not physically, as you look up and she is looking right at you. And it is like every ounce of your soul is suddenly laid bare. You're like, it's very much that sort of kind of moment as you feel in the center of her attention. And she turns to Eldrad and says, "Is this one of yours?" With a soft French accent. Again, I'm not going to attempt. I will never sound as sexy as she will. It is physically impossible. But yeah, and Eldrad goes, yes. This is one of the few I need you to meet. Recent arrivals and troublemakers you may remember. Do come forward. A little, what was it? Artemis? Yes, Artemis.
Artemis is gonna give a little wave, and then they are gonna step forward, and they're already twisting beads on one of their hands.
Artemis, I have served my time as keeper for while Miss Layla has been away, and she's returning to be the keeper of Elysium. I will be helping out still, but she's back from vacation, as it were. Artemis, Layla, Artemis.
Hi. You guys get vacations? Holy shit. Anyways, hello.
Pleasure to meet you. Are you fresh? Or sorry, how long have you been like us?
13.
Oh, okay. So just yeah, you're fine. That's all good. But you somehow managed to piss off my entire family.
Yeah. Yeah, I do that. Do that
Okay.
really well. Not on purpose. Could argue not fully my fault, but I am not in the mood for arguing the semantics of that position.
I will happily let you make a charisma plus empathy roll or expression. I will say, however, the difficulty is 10.
Does my spec of compelling apply?
It didn't sound particularly compelling. I'm gonna be honest.
Whoa, okay. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make the dice bot yell at me. I willed
What?
and you got a 1.
Okay. She doesn't react negatively. And that for you is currently a very positive outcome. She stares at you and goes, yes, I think we'll be going with more immediate solutions going forward. I've always been told I'm far too soft, and I've been really going through my own period of self-reflection and improving myself and working on myself, and really realized I need to really work on making sure everyone's safe. And that means I expect you to work on being safe. And I'm going to work on you being safe. And you see that level of focus at you, and it doesn't feel necessarily pleasant. In fact, quite the opposite. It feels very almost like someone's got a certain word I can't pronounce that's supposed to say slipper, but if I say it, I'll get kicked in the back of the head for saying it wrong.
Chocolate.
Chancla? That thing. It feels like someone's hovering behind your head with one. Hey, I'm from Scotland. I'll say words you guys can't pronounce all day if you really want. But yes. Kayla. Pivoting to you. You are aware that Elysium is the next floor up. Yeah? Not the ground floor. So I take it you work your way up?
Yes.
Yeah. So you get to the top of the stairs. It's quite easy. Security let you pass, etc. And once you're at the top, looking around, moving in, you do see a familiar face at last. Or more accurately, a black hole that is kind of vaguely familiar, which is Artemis. The familiar friend, companion, boon companion, and coterie mate of recent history over there, talking with some guy with huge horns and a blonde bombshell wearing high heels and the world's biggest feather boa.
I will wait.
Okay. Artemis, in your desperate attempts not to make eye contact with Layla, you do see Kayla stood over in the corner, waiting respectfully at a distance.
I really appreciate your guidance and help. In fact, someone who needs even more help being safe, right over there.
Oh, under the bus, under the bus. Wow. You know what? I'm not even going to make you roll for that, Artemis. You've successfully thrown your companion under the bus. Eldrad does the sort of waist bend to look around Layla and sees Kayla and gently beckons Kayla forwards as Layla turns around. You have a similar experience of your internal organs attempting to do the mumbo. Would you care to replicate that willpower roll, please? I believe I set the difficulty to 8. Yes? Yeah. So a willpower roll, please, on 8 for Kayla.
I apologize. How do you do the willpower itself?
So it's just a number of dice equal to your permanent dots of willpower.
Gotcha. Okay. And difficulty's 8.
Yep.
Unfortunately, and a willpower roll, so.
Correct.
One success.
No, but you can burn a temporary willpower to pass exactly one turn automatically with it.
It lets you
For
fake
future
it till you make
reference.
it kind of vibe.
Yes.
Yeah. You can just go, I burn a willpower. I'm not rolling. Don't make me roll.
Okay.
You could do the same
So-
thing on certain virtue rolls as well, as a heads up.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So yeah, you are. You as she turns and she makes that eye contact, you feel your internal organs do the mumbo jumbo. You feel all sorts of strange feelings scorch through you as her frankly deific appearance is a bit brain melting. Yeah, and they gesture you over to come and join them, and Artemis.
And Kayla will. It's probably at first a little uncomfortable. She looks uncomfortable for a second, but then it's more of like a, this is interesting, and she's trying to figure out like what's happening as she walks over to them, and he nods and says, "Well,
Greetings again, Kayla. Eldrad with his mighty horns. This is Leela Minuet, the original keeper of this Elysium, and soon returning to control of Elysium as she has finished her vacation and her self-improvement kick. Which I am, as we can all imagine, very, very all for self-improvement. Ha 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 ha.
Kayla nods and looks at Layla.
Eldrad looks mildly displeased that no one laughed with him. But hey, such is life when you're a cold and dark man. Layla goes, yeah, pleasure to meet you too. And you're also one of the troublemakers?
Yes.
Interesting. Yes, we are going to be having a conversation around safety, about better practices, and making sure that we don't have to go through something so tricky going forward and challenging going forward. But I'm sure it was all well meant and best intentioned, but we have a plan to help you both, to give you an opportunity to share skills with someone else who can perhaps assist in maturing your expertise into reducing the chance of having a masquerade breach and not even having to clean one up at all, because there won't be one in the future. Well, there.
No.
No. Fantastic. Lovely. So we've asked a specialist to come and join us, and well, we'll introduce you to them when you get here. Danica,
Yes.
I would love it if you can make a perception plus awareness roll.
I don't have awareness.
Alertness is fine, slightly different, but perception plus alertness. Perception plus alertness at difficulty 7, given the ambient smell of the club.
Okay. You said 7?
Yes.
I'm trying to debate whether I'm going to use a willpower. I am.
The forever debate. The forever debate.
Uh... 3 successes.
Fantastic. To you, as you climb the last of those stairs, you smell a familiar scent of French vanilla.
I'm gonna book it right towards the scent. Like, cane, just tap, tap, tap. If I whack someone, I whack someone. Get the fuck out my way.
Oh, it's just a full, like, wild swing
like,
kind of...
no. Like, in front, so it's like 6 feet because of the cane. So 6 feet in front of her.
Just jousting the whole way.
No. Straight down in front of me. So I'm hitting ankles, so get the fuck out the way until I get to the scent, and it's just... and a big sniff.
And Artemis and Kayla, you hear tappy, 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 and you hear Layla go, huh? As she turns around, and then there's this figure. Would you care to describe, Danica, what you look like in that moment?
So she's like this itty bitty, 5 feet tall, almost childlike porcelain doll who's just arms out, and there's like this big ass cane corso, like she's not holding on to it anymore, but it's very clearly walking, and it's walking in a way like it's covering from behind her. Clearly it's meant to go between her legs, but the dog at that point would be a horse if it attempted such things compared to her height. But it's walking, and it's kind of, its nose is bopping her on the left and the right leg, and you realize, like, as she's running, like, when it bumps her, she changes a little bit, like, it's keeping her where she needs to. And then as poor Layla turns around, it's just this girl that just, like, face first into her boobs, and, like, this big old hug, and this cane kind of, like, whacks her, like, halfway across the back, because it's, like, crisscrossing, and then there's just a big sniff. Ha! Mama!
Hi.
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 I can smell you too, Mr. Lizard.
Yes, quite. You two notice Eldrad look both oddly uncomfortable and slightly happy at the same time. Like, he's really not sure what to do with this situation. Like, somebody who's handed an incredibly tasty snack that looks visually terrifying. You know, someone's given them a charcoal Mr. Whippy ice cream that just doesn't look right. You know, it's like, oh no, but it'll taste so nice, but oh no. It's very much that sort of unsure how to deal with it. But yes, he addresses you back, goes, yes, quite. Welcome back, Danica. Can we introduce you to the other two who are here with us?
The one that smells like a doctor's office and depression. Those two, I can smell them. One smells like burnt leftovers and depression.
I thought you were talking about me. Sorry.
No. You smell like absolute perfection.
Oh, thank you. And you two sort of notice him really unsure what to do with this information.
She does finally let go of Layla, but she sticks like really, really close.
Eldrad turns to you both and says, Artemis is this person here, pats you on the shoulder a bit, Artemis, to make enough noise. You notice
Okay.
perhaps?
So burnt leftovers and depression sound is Artemis.
Depression has a smell.
Yes, it smells like mildew in a sewer.
Okay.
And this one here gently pats Kayla on the shoulder. Is Kayla.
Okay.
Nice to meet you. We'll turn back to Kayla.
Sure. Why are we here?
So just to bring you all up to speed, we've asked you three here because we've decided that we would like you to form a coterie. Frankly,
No thanks.
yes, it's not really a request. As
No.
Layla puts her hand on your shoulder and goes, "I'm sorry, Danica, but genuinely, we need your help, and you're going to help."
But no,
But yes,
we don't like people.
frankly, I don't think these two do either. So you'll get along famously.
We don't like this.
Unfortunately, that seems to be life. Or unlife, as the case may be.
We rather die a second time.
No. But we can offer you remuneration.
Depends on what we have to do. Then we'll talk more.
Okay, we can maybe discuss that later. But to put you in the picture, the two we have here have recently had issues in a certain field which you specialize somewhat in, where they have been leaving a rather substantial amount of evidence behind.
Danica's
And it is
asked, can you be a bit more specific? Danica's good at a lot of things.
And Layla turns to you, Kayla, looks you straight in the eye, which again makes your internal organs do all sorts of strange movements, and says, Kayla, would you perhaps like to give a Cliff Notes version of the issues you had recently?
I killed a mother of a family by eating her. Sent the father to the Second Inquisition with the mindset that they either would save him or kill him. Then left two children familyless while, after trying to escape from the car that we stole, was spotted on camera, and unfortunately, Artemis here felt the need to help and is also now suffering the consequences of it.
There's just, it's like she gets a bit more stiffened and like she's holding the cane, kind of like how you would imagine like somebody posing with like a sword in front of her. However, the cane is like a whole foot taller than her. And she's wearing glasses. I would love to wear these things. I can't see shit if I put them on. So she's wearing the glasses for blind folks.
Yeah.
I just can't see shit. And it's like she's facing you and she's trying to think of something to say. And then she just... And then there's just like this slur of Mandarin that comes off of her. Like just instantly. But it is unnaturally calm in what she is saying. Like...
Yeah.
Just unnaturally...
Sort of interrupts a little over the top of that flow and sort of... some of us speak Mandarin, darling.
Oh, then to translate, she's just completely going off about how stupid they are and how that would have been 4 slashes on each foot with pure silver so that they don't get to heal. That would also be a spleen removed or an organ put where it goes. Or they would end up losing their eyes and being made to be dealing with, you know, having to do all of that alone. They would be working security for the next 4 months and learning all the ins and outs and ways to hide. Like, she's going through all the things that would have been beaten into her.
A rant, in fact.
Pretty much a
Justifiable, but,
rant.
yeah. He sort of soft interrupts and goes, yes, and now we need you to give these two their second chance to help them along the road of learning the ropes to not cause issues.
Okay. We don't mean to be rude, but that would be stepping on a lot of culture things to teach them. We learned it through cultural.
We just need you to make sure they are not shitting the bed.
Oh,
too
great.
much
So we're their
for a
mom.
while. No. A consultant. And we will potentially remunerate you as such. Thank you, Layla, for volunteering my wallet. No, we I would like it to be, as my last active keeper, to put a group of individuals together who could turn out to be quite effective with the right support. These people can be of great benefit potentially to you, Danica, as people with ways and means, contacts of their own and skills of their own, that branching out into would certainly satisfy your father's suggestion that you should not be left entirely to your own isolation in the city. And similarly, they can benefit from your expertise in several fields. They are competent individuals in and of themselves. They have simultaneously managed to smash many laws, but also actually smash many problems at the same time in foolhardy and horrifyingly dangerous ways. But they can be effective. But
I'm
no,
just
you will
going-
not be their mother.
I'm gonna break character for just a second. Danica is an ass. I'm not. I understand what's being done. She doesn't care, so I'm really sorry if she comes off wrong to you guys. And if I need to tone it back, let me know. Just, you know, hey, bitch, calm it back. But no, she's just kind of like, she doesn't seem at all like she wants to do it. And the more that the law break comes up, she's just kind of, it's like a crease to her face slightly, kind of like, you know. She goes, you, fine, Danica will do it, but they can't complain on anything I must do to teach them. Or that we must do to teach them, my bad.
Eldrad turns to the two of you and says, frankly, I think you both need this. So, I cannot force you. Okay, that's a lie. I could force you and make it a terrifying ordeal and make you do this. But I would very much like to see your willingness to learn new skills, to appreciate the balance that a group of you could bring to one another as I leave my post as keeper and cannot really much longer protect you from yourselves. And I think you will be of a great boon to one another.
So considering the things that have happened, Kayla doesn't think that she has a choice in this. So she's kind of just stoically standing there thinking this isn't a choice. We're doing this, right? Like that's what's going on in her head. So she is quiet and she doesn't look upset at anything that's being said. She just very blank faced. This is what we're doing.
What's Kayla's nature and demeanor? Sorry, I can't.
Scientist for both.
Okay.
She's
Okay.
a scientist for both.
Yeah, that's fine. It was just in case one of them was being obedient, because I was like, if so, that was going to be a solid one. Artemis, how's Artemis feeling about this situation?
They, unlike Co, are not making all the faces. They are blank. And the sound of beads being twisted has continued, but then stopped when Eldrad looked over to address them. They seem to be thinking about it, and then they give a little nod and go, okay, if that's what has been decided as the best course of action. I mean, I was just... Yeah, that's probably... You know what, yeah, I think this is the best course of action. You're right.
Good. Now, as such, as it's been my recommendation, and Layla's coming in, and thank you very much, Layla, again for volunteering my wallet. I will say that you may also benefit somewhat from being recognized as a companion of each other, balancing out one's reputations, potentially. Some of you are quite from famous parentage in this city, and others are not. And hopefully your powers combined will conjure a lovely new reputation that you can all proceed to live by in peace and happiness. And you know that you hear the sarcasm dripping off the second one. For all we know, in World of Darkness, there's no happiness. Layla interrupts and says, and I do have tasks that, if you perform them well, it may help your standing in the city. And I think some of you need it.
Would you like to discuss those tasks with us now?
Are we all agreed then that you will form a coterie, however reluctantly, as she does look somewhat endearingly towards you, Danica? Yes, but you can hear the voice pointed at you when she says that.
Just a very, like, thin line, just smile, just...
Very well then. So, let us all retire into the booth over here. We can have a sit down and a nice discussion, just for a few minutes, and agree. First little task for you all. Come. As Layla sort of takes Danica gently by her elbow and guides her towards a booth.
Perfect.
Expecting you two to follow, clearly.
Artemis is going to follow, but Kayla's going to notice that Artemis isn't following Kayla anymore. In fact, they're not shadowing anybody. They're walking of their own.
Oh. Okay.
I'm gonna have Huntsman sit outside the booth.
I mean, that's logistically a very sensible plan, given he occupies a significant spatial volume.
Yeah.
It's like, aha, we're in a booth. It's mostly dog. Would not really work terribly well. But yeah, he sits down outside. It's amazing the number of people who were clearly trying to listen in who are now not doing that. But you guys get settled in. Eldrad nods and says, I will take my leave and leave you to speak with Layla, as this is really becoming more of her domain once more. I will be around. I'm not retiring or vanishing, but I'm returning the reins of power back to Layla.
Bye, Mr. Lizard.
Yes. Goodbye. Kayla, Artemis, and he leaves. Layla takes a moment, breathes, even though technically unnecessary, but you need that for speech, and says, so, very simply, you will form a coterie. This coterie will be performing certain tasks for us, and my expectation is that you will take proactive steps in identifying issues and dealing with them in subtle ways that especially emphasize your ability to not be found out. We're in a period of recovery in the city, and we would like that to continue. Do we understand each other? Yes?
Yes.
Fantastic. Love
Yes, ma'am.
it. Okay. So the first thing we are going to require you to do is to go down to the bridge, the gallery overpass. For those of you who are less familiar, I know, Danica, you've been near it, but perhaps it's been less visited for you, understandably. And we require you to leave a mark that represents your presence. Not an overt presence necessarily saying we own this domain, for you don't. But you will be working in the area, and you will be responsible to a certain degree for responding to incidents around about this sort of side of Manhattan as we may see fit or you may encounter. And we would like you to solve these problems so that, frankly, I don't have to. The ultimate goal is one where I end up not hearing about anything other than your successes. When you have solved a problem before it even emerges. And that would be blissful.
Danica's kind of quiet and waiting to see if the other two speak before she does.
If no one says anything, Kayla will say, I'm sure capable.
I have. Get angry if I ask you a question?
Is that above game or in character? I genuinely
That's
couldn't
in
tell.
character.
Right, okay, that's fine. And was that addressed at Layla, yeah?
Mhm.
Right. Layla, I will try. It depends if your question is inane, stupid, vacuous, or anything else. But attempt it at least, please.
How do you hear about a problem that what didn't become a Never mind.
Oh, it
I
being
understand.
proactive, making contact with people, engaging, building a network of influence. The things that you're supposed to learn, and I understand that neither of you really had that chance in this city, to broaden your ability to ingratiate yourselves with kine or kindred, or the servants of kindred, and network. Start picking up on events. Detect patterns of things. We have our own people for big and dangerous things, but we can't be there to pick up every dog turd that gets plopped out by the city. And frankly, coteries are very helpful ways of dealing with these things. We will happily point you at problems we find or detect, but otherwise we would love it for you to proactively deal with situations as they arise.
I understand.
Danica's kind of waiting because she goes, so neither one of you are going to ask what conditions or rules are overlooked to do. Fine. We'll do it. Miss Layla, do we act as if it is our domain and we act as see fit to deal with it? Do we go to the rods? Do we go to you? What are our rules and conditions and or exceptions that we can use to do said task?
What she
Very
said.
wise. Yeah. And Layla
And then
turns
she's
to you,
gonna
Artemis.
take the cane and bop both of them in their ankles. As if reinforcing, hey, this is right.
Yeah. Layla looks at you, Artemis, and goes, for example, this is the kind of thing that it is very clear you've had sheltered upbringing. but also perhaps the recent punishments have also tamed some of those excesses too harshly. So, the simple answer is you will be acting, I wouldn't say like hounds as such, but let us say that you have permission, where laws are being broken, to apprehend people or to gather information to pass on to the rods. Or if it is mortal concerns that endanger the masquerade, to deal with it, preferably without lethal force. In fact, quite explicitly without lethal force, where possible, because dead bodies gain attention. But should lethal force be required, it would be fantastic if we don't leave a trail of the dead and dying behind, or their surviving kin. So, once again, it would be very good, when it comes to mortal affairs, be clean, invisible, precise, lean into your powers. As long as you are not breaking the masquerade, one does not care. Outside of Elysium, use your powers, but use them safely. Use your abilities, but use them safely. To guard and protect our way of life. And occasionally, if you need to, knock some heads together. I'm sure Artemis here is perfectly capable of flexing a muscle or two on both of your behalves. As I've heard.
Yeah, you hear things.
I do. I'm the keeper. It's my job. But yes. And if yeah, dear. Yes, Danica? No, speak up. Go on. Please
No.
do, Danica.
No, Danica's not going to do all the work, and if they don't ask, that's on them.
Mm-hmm. Perhaps take your new companion's encouragement to think for yourselves to heart. Do you have any questions, Kayla and Artemis? I think wisely you should have some, and I will happily answer them. As long as it's, for example, what have I got in my boa? Let's not ask that.
Danica wants to know what's in Layla's boa,
Feathers, darling.
other than feathers. And threads. And silks. And knitting.
I'm pretty sure I have a pack of crackers in there somewhere.
Ooh!
So Artemis, you must have questions, sure. No?
Typically when people want me to do something, it's on a don't ask questions basis, so I just assumed that you would give me the information that I would need. But I can think of something.
Well, Artemis thinks, Kayla, do you have anything you wish to ask?
Is there a particular rod that resides over that area that we should be discussing things with? Should we need to reach out to them?
Here we are.
I'm gonna whack
Fantastic.
Artemis with the cane in the knee again. Because they didn't ask a question.
Put
Yeah.
your feet up immediately into the seat with them.
Oh. That sort
Okay.
of slapping sound on the shin that triggers everyone's childhood trauma at this table, no doubt. So like, so Kayla, Layla turns to you and says, "Good question, very good question. I will be assigning, and please do not judge her by her name, Vicky. It was her stage name. She has continued using it into the night.
We're gonna call her Snicker.
Can I ask why? I'm sorry, this sounds very American, perhaps, or Australian. I'm not sure.
Thicker than a Snicker. Thicky Snicker.
Okay. That sounds delightful. Again, another person who is just deeply unable to process the sort of strange, odd Australian cuteness coming out of you.
Oh, yeah, for those who don't know, I can't do the accent. I've tried forever. I'm still practicing doing it. But yes, Danica has the world's strongest fucking Australian accent. Just.
She's Australian, mate.
Yeah. I can't do that. I've tried. I've been practicing for like 2 months. I'm still practicing. Eventually we'll do it. But yeah.
I have friends who live in Australia who are Australian, and I still struggle. However, that complex accent aside, where was I? Sorry, I lost track because of accents.
We were discussing the rod that.
Yeah.
The rod, yes. Vicky, yes, Vicky. You'll recognize her by, well, frankly, she resembles her name. And also, she perpetually dyes her hair a particular teal green.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Danica.
That doesn't help Danica at all. Danica can't see!
Yes, I'm aware. She will probably address you by name, but if you were looking to figure out who she might be by other senses, one might say she would probably smell faintly of tangerines and what's that wax called that surfers use? Sex wax.
Okay. Thank you.
Are there any humans in that area, ghouls, that we should be aware of?
There will certainly be ghouls lurking around, people's various minions, one might even say, retainers in some cases, and agents of various kindred. There are currently a certain proportion of kind that frequent certain places, such as the market, for example, or others, to get themselves kindred vitae in return for sometimes money or favors. People who have been ghouls in the past and cannot, or have been simply discarded, putting it honestly, and rather than being slain, as we tend not to murder people, have proven capable of keeping the masquerade and freelance to a degree. But yes, there are going to be ghouls. Detecting them is... We do not keep a registry, shall we say.
And is there any part of the bridge gallery overpass that is off limits to us?
Oh, no. The gallery overpass is, in fact, the primary way a great deal of people advertise their services, either very overtly or very subtly, but usually through the form of graphic media. I believe it's recently taken on quite a graffiti punk aesthetic. Very spray paint early 90s.
My current last question. The Inquisition.
Yes.
Where would we go if we were in that area? Should the Inquisition show itself? Or are we
as far away as possible, as quickly as possible, I would suggest. Really, we would want this reported as quickly as possible. However, we understand that some of you have a slight issue with technology in some cases, unfortunately. But we can give contact numbers there where you can send information to, as long as you are careful, using sensible words and phrases. Allude to the details. We don't like to transmit, hello, there is a dangerous member of the Second Inquisition on 3rd Street East. Keep things subtle, because we will also turn off those numbers and then change them if they are used, because it is dangerous to do so on occasion, or too much. Yes, Danica?
One more question, Layla.
About 2 seconds. Poor Danica has her hand up.
It's okay. They can
Apologies,
go.
Danica.
They
No,
can
no.
go.
Go ahead, Danica.
No, it's okay. They can go.
Okay, Kayla, go ahead.
Apologies. Layla, is there a particular fruit that you dislike or color?
I'm sorry?
Is there
A
a particular
fruit?
fruit or color that you just
Um,
dislike?
Yeah. That is a very unusual question. I was not prepared. Storyteller is also not prepared.
Anything in particular that you dislike that would be connected to humanity?
The Toreador
not that I can-
roses. I'm sorry. I remember asking that, or Olivia asking that in season 1, and the deadpan Layla goes, "Roses. I hate roses for obvious reasons."
Yeah, she was trying to think of a fruit. Yeah, no, and the rose is not being a fruit. Yeah.
I'm sorry. It replayed in my mind.
And then
I'm
I would say
sorry.
anything in particular if I saw her like,
Yeah. She's processing, and she will eventually say, "Not a fruit, no. No, you're fine. Not a fruit, no. But I very much dislike roses."
and that will be what we use for the Second Inquisition in text messages if that's okay with everyone else.
No.
Go ahead, Kayla. Right, go ahead, Danica.
Did we all forget the whole ShriekNet thing and why we don't use any type of technology at all to decipher anything to do with kindred? Like, did we
This is for
forget all of that?
emergencies only.
Did we forget that's what caused London to go boom?
No.
And just cutting them off and making a new one doesn't really change anything, because if numbers are changed too often, it brings up red flags, and now you're looked at into a whole lot faster. So why don't we do something a bit different? And I don't know, animals? Pigeons can get across the city quite fast.
Well, with your gangrel abilities, I imagine that's
Quite
probably an
easy.
option.
So why would we be near an inquisitor who probably has devices up that scan anything in the immediate area to know when texts and calls and everything else is going out? Because how odd would it be that a random number gets text roses out of nowhere?
Noted.
Papa
will
Wolf
go
didn't
with
raise
what
no
you recommend.
bitch.
Layla does
well-
sort of what you do watch Layla's eyebrows sort of rise slightly at that one that Papa don't raise no bitch. And this is why, dear Artemis and Kayla, we thought a little bit of assistance in the art of the covert would be in order. Although I have to confess, I had not expected the potential first request being for homing pigeons.
Oh, no, we
Um,
probably won't use homing pigeons. We were just using them as an example. We're gonna send spiders and beetles and stuff like that. We'll send certain ones that mean certain things.
Oh. Very creative. I'm
No
sure
complaint from me.
your companions will enjoy learning all about the various insectile life that you can muster for them.
Do we not like bugs?
I love bugs.
That's so lovely.
I
So we'll
wasn't being
send
sarcastic,
bugs.
Danica.
Shh. Bugs, then.
Better than cell phones.
Yes, we should never use cell phones unless they're absolutely untraceable. Can you two say for certain that your stuff is absolutely untraceable?
I don't have one, so I think I'm good.
Okay.
My
That's
clan flaw
good.
broke mine.
I haven't touched one in about 13 years. I think we're okay.
Okay. No, you just get caught on camera. And you.
Sometimes.
So this time she takes her elbow and jams it into Artemis's side because she heard Artemis adjust to put her feet up so the cane can't smack her. Just
Okay.
thwink.
Sibling
and-
energy realized.
Yes, sibling are just. I'm that brat middle child. So never. You'll be fine. I didn't hit you that hard.
Was it
Never
you
use
that hit
letters
that
to.
made it hurt?
Never use letters either. We'll use buggies. Buggies between each other. We'll put
I'm cool
buggies
with
in
it.
your houses. And we'll put buggies in your
I
pockets.
really don't love it.
Danica has a lot of, and she kind of thinks for the word, and she goes, ghoul bugs. So then you'll tell that bug what it needs to hear, and then I'll tell the other bugs, and then the bugs will tell the swarm, and then the swarm will tell Miss French Vanilla here.
I'm gonna ask a slight above game question,
Yes.
and I'm only gonna require you to raise your hand as a player if the answer is yes.
Okay.
Is it quite likely that your character, in their childhood or even up till now, at some point has had a mild hyperfixation about insect life? I wasn't sure what with Kayla being a scientist, so I was like, is Kayla the kid who was like, ah ha ha ha, dissect the insects as a child? No. No, okay. Right. There we go. So we've got some insect buddies going on, right?
Yes.
Layla
I mean-
looks at you all and goes,
I have a scorpion
big
there
well.
and a spider there, so I got bugs here.
got bugs. So the conversation goes back to Layla, who says, one immediate reward I will happily dispense to you three as a coterie is, and apologies, Danica, this isn't meant as any kind of diss, etc., but on the plus side, it might help you in some ways. A vehicle for the three of you to utilize when working.
Ma, do you need a vehicle?
Who can drive? How
Oh,
good
Hilarious
you're
that
driving.
you realize that Danica cannot see you raising your hand.
Yeah, she's just like, who can drive? And you're
does
just
this
like,
in front of their eyes and then goes, right, me.
Funny.
do you think you're funny?
I think I'm fucking hilarious.
Okay, Danica will remember that.
Yeah, I'm sure my ribs will get it later.
No. How good can you drive? I.e. above game, like what is your tots, pretty much.
Above game, that is a 2.
Okay, so you're like basic drive, got it.
Perfectly competent, basically.
They can drive. They suck in a car chase, but they can drive.
Yeah, they can get you from A to B.
Okay. Danica's not getting in the car with them anytime soon, but okay.
Kayla, can you drive?
No.
Oh.
Would you
Well-
believe if Danica said she could drive?
Like you actually hear Layla sort of stutter to a stop. Can you?
Yes. Technically, she's not lying. It's deception on how she would make it do it. but technically, she goes, technically, yes, Danica can drive. Do I need
Okay.
a roll?
Yeah, I think we're gonna go with manipulation subterfuge. Yeah. Yeah.
What's the difficulty?
We're gonna go with difficulty 8. Understandably.
This is gonna be funny.
Yeah.
Doubt.
You know what? I'll use it because this is gonna be really fucking funny. She'll prove it too. Oh, that would be even funnier. Hold on. Oh, I forgot. I got the willpower back earlier.
Yes.
Ah. 4 successes.
Layla sort of stares. You can hear the body language of this stare. It is very, and you two can see this. It's like eyebrows raised because, and both of you can. She's not like that. Sounds like genuine. She's like, matter of fact, you go, no, I can drive. Yeah. And Layla's like, so you learned before with the eyes and.
No, Danica learned how to drive blind via sounds and Huntsman. He gives barks, so like if the light's a certain color and if there's a car in front of us and how far and Danica can prove it.
Dear Kayla and Artemis, I this may be a momentary distraction, but I think you two also may be interested in watching a blind woman drive.
Oh no, I'm in too deep now.
Mostly interested in the dog part of this equation, but yes.
As a scientist, I would like to see the results.
Not in
Okay,
my car, though.
No. In fact, I think we'll use the car that I've had procured for you. Right. So
Don't wreck your car.
So she escorts the three of you.
Oh no.
To the parking garage. Slowly but surely down through various passages, keeping you away from the flashy lights, La Sombra one. Using the service elevator out through secure parking. What you do notice is as you pass through secure parking, in fact, actually, not Danica, because you can't see, so you physically can't see this. It is impossible. But Artemis and Kayla, can I get perception? You may choose either streetwise or alertness, and it will be difficulty 7.
I may have fucked up. It's okay, we got this. Okay, you guys ready for like, I don't know, a botch or some shit? And we're gonna crash.
I do not want to be in the vehicle.
Oh, okay, good. Then you don't have to be in the vehicle.
The directions games take, people. The directions games take. Anyway, how did the rolls go from Artemis? 3. Which did you pick, alertness or streetwise?
Street.
Street. And Kayla?
Alertness. I got a 2.
Okay. Kayla, as you're going through, what you notice very, very clearly is someone has very, very anally retentively laid everything out. Right? Like, someone has paid attention to every little detail, like how high the chain fence is, and that it's not actually just independent, it's anchored into the concrete above and below, so you can't just scramble through a gap at the top, for example. You notice that the guards here actually carry guns, etc. So it's armed security. They're carrying electronic ID badges. They're using fingerprints, etc.
What kind of guns are they carrying?
Small automatic weapons. So think very much like almost like an Uzi kind of thing with a fold-out stock. Artemis, what you notice that's slightly different is the fact that almost all the people, once you get past into the more secure area, are very clearly all trained in a similar way, but they all give off the vibe or movements of people who have worked or gone through rough urban experiences, shall we say, like living on the street or urban operations, etc., because they don't do silly things like lean on a concrete wall and suck the heat out their body, when they're standing at rest, etc. Even if they're not stood at attention or anything else, you very much get the vibe that these people know what they're doing and they're competent and consciously competent all the time. There is a certain degree of, shall we say, look in the eye that does make you think ghoul as well. And a lot of them. You are getting very certain that a significant portion of the staff are actually ghouls. But you make it to the car park, out through a secure gate, and sitting there... 2 seconds. Where's the best place to put something to be able to show potentially on screen?
Nowhere.
Danica? Nowhere? That's fine. You know what? I'm just going to put it in dice rolling for the players, and then I'll describe it. So as you go into the parking area, there is a cherry red van. And I mean like brand spanking new, glossy cherry red Renault Kangoo, which has space for 4 passengers and a sort of van-like compartment at the back where you could easily fit, for example, a large dog, etc. It's fully electric. It recharges. It's got cameras. It looks really quite modern and brand new. It's got a current year registration plate. Looks brand spankers. And Leela stops with both of you, and Danica, please do go ahead.
Oh, okay.
And hands you the keys.
Oh, so she's gonna take the keys, and with the straightest face ever, she's gonna like tap forward twice with the cane, and then stop, and then look back and goes, "Did anybody want to like get in with us, or?"
You know what, Artemis, Kayla, I think this would be a fantastic learning experience for you as a coterie. On you go.
Kayla walks over to the car.
Okay. So she opens the passenger side and lets Huntsman in the front passenger, and then she takes the driver, and she just, we need him next to us, to see.
Do I have to?
Layla looks at you with a certain degree of expectancy.
Come on, don't be a bitch. Get in the back of my car.
Fucking hell. Okay. Yep. That might as well be the way the night goes.
If I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die in style.
Okay. So once she's inside, she's gonna use her Spiritus power. Yeah, Spiritus. And she's going to talk to Huntsman and just, okay, we gotta fake it till we make it. But if we fake it, that means there's more things we can eat because they're going to fuck up. Like, you can tell by how they're going to fuck up. So more bodies that we can eat. So just fake it till you make it. If it's a red light, green light, turn side, we're gonna do this, okay? Fake it till we make it.
Ask, which side are you speaking to?
That side.
It responds back that only you can hear in a voice that's really awful.
Are you in it or not? Paw, left paw up. Okay, good. Okay. She's gonna put the ignition or the key in the ignition, and she's gonna start it flawlessly. She's gonna buckle herself up. She's like, "You guys got buckles on? Safety first."
Gonna fucking need it.
Danica's
Right,
gonna remember
so-
that.
Just for a moment, I actually have to do some willpower awards here. Okay? So, firstly, Danica can gain a willpower for a certain nature you have.
Yes.
Artemis can gain a willpower for being a conformist. Because even though you know this is a terrible idea, you've gone along with it. And Kayla, I suspect I'm going to give you one as well for, well, this is hell of an experiment. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think this is a full party gets one willpower for very, very, very different reasons. Some of which are horrifying self-inflicted consequences in a way, potentially. But hey, so yeah, you start the car flawlessly. Both of the passengers in the back, I'm assuming, buckle up.
Mhm.
All good. And then, yeah. And you drive. And feel free to describe how well that goes, because
so,
we've
like-
managed to establish that off to the side.
She puts her hands on the wheel. Like, she's driving. You can feel the car go into drive as she adjusts. And she pulls out. She doesn't hit a goal. She doesn't hit Layla. She pulls out. She turns to the right, you know, going towards, and she, like, as she's coming to, like, the exit, she slows down. She waits for the gate to go up so that she can go. She pulls out really slowly. She waits for the signal that, you know, all's clear, and which way's oncoming traffic and so on. And then she goes, she goes into the flow of traffic, like the way she's supposed to be going. And she goes all the way around Elysium and then pulls right back into secure parking. Not running a stoplight, not hitting anybody. She's in her lane. She's not hitting sidewalks or anything, like, perfect. Like, she's even able to stop perfectly before the crosswalk. So, like, she's not that asshole New Yorker. Perfectly.
I would
Her
like
eyes are-
to,
yeah. Go for it.
while you're doing this,
Mhm.
because we're sitting in the back.
Yep.
Mhm.
I want to know if there's anything, and I don't know what role that would be, but if there's anything that alludes to how this is happening. Because Kayla has been very silent, like watching and observing and noticing if this
Do you
person
have
is.
awareness as a skill?
What do I do? Yes. At 3.
Okay. You could make a perception plus awareness roll.
I'm going to, because I want to see if I can figure certain things out. So I had to find where it was because I'm like, why is there a car? Is that the same one? What's the difficulty?
8.
I will use another willpower since we just got one.
I'm glad we just got one, so now I'm back at 4.
3. Oh, is that 4?
It should tell you the
Three times
exact
an-
success.
Oh
No,
no, it's
roll
it's
3.
3.
It is 3, yeah. So you managed to confirm nothing weird is going on.
Oh.
I would be very impressed.
Artemis is going to lean forward, putting their arms like right on the headrest behind Danica, and just go,
Get off my seat.
so hovers it, but it's still hovering there.
Okay.
So, question: if we had to get away, are you able to go faster?
Do you want me to do it?
No, I'm just asking. Theoretically.
Okay, buckle up. She is going to
Sits back immediately.
she's gonna burn another you know what. And this time she's going to just zoom the fuck around the corner. Like, God.
Could you make that roll then, please? The second roll again. Yep. Or just going for the right. Okay.
Yep.
Um. So it how to put this? It's not the most elegant acceleration in getaway driving you've ever seen. It's a bit erratic. Um. But it's faster. It's especially as it's a van, which aren't exactly well known for their sort of rip roaring getaway driving capabilities. It's like you put the floor down and its sheer weight gives it a hot second before it goes forward. But it's fast. You've now rattled your head off of the side and on the seatbelt during a sudden stop and stuff. But you managed to do some actual acceleratory maneuvers, and end up back at the garage again and pulling back in.
Yep. This time
Leaning
she pulls
forward,
into
not
like a
touching.
screech. It's not even like a soft stop. It's a go in and like
No,
once she hears the reek, she hits the brakes. It's just and she goes,
You're fun.
Good job.
Kayla, this is officially the weirdest shit you've ever seen, and you've seen a lot of weird shit. Like, nothing makes any sense.
She's intrigued by this. Kayla has actually been taking notes on a little notepad. And as the speeding up happened, she probably flew back a little bit with the notepad, but she's impressed.
When you're dotting the I, one of the dots is like across the paper. But yes, you pull back in, and you two can see it, but Layla is deeply confused. Like, really deeply confused.
she's like petting the dog. Good boy.
Rolls down the window. I like this one.
Oh, it's amazing how quickly people's tunes change when you
Danica still doesn't
send a
like
blind
them.
girl out to drive.
That's okay. Most people don't.
Danica says, see, proved you wrong. Never underestimate Danica.
Okay, you get to keep the keys.
Yay!
Enjoy having a van, you three.
She tosses the keys over her shoulders at someone else. Okay, Danica's bored. She doesn't want to drive no more.
Just slap.
Just
Yeah, I will point out, Artemis, this is an electric car. It will be a little temperamental under your
I'll be right
control.
back. I have to use the bathroom.
Yeah, go for it. It's not fully electric. It's actually like a hybrid one. But it will be a little temperamental now and again.
Beautiful.
But yeah. While some key and details are taken down for exchange of a pink slip, you two are left alone in the backseat of a car that just got driven around the block by a blind woman.
That Kayla's gonna look out the window and just say, "That was impressive."
Mm-hmm. Better than not knowing how. Artemis is gonna climb up into the front seat.
Yep, you easily clamber into the front seat. It looks quite sufficiently complex. Like a normal car. Yeah, it's just a normal car. There's nothing weird there.
Looking over things, and then they get out the front.
Yeah,
It's fine.
fair play. Yeah.
Quite clearly
Layla-
is trying to put distance between.
Her and the sensitive electronics, yeah. Layla turns to the three of you and goes, so, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to need to process that, so I'm going to go head back inside. Frankly, that was one of the strangest things I've seen, and I live in New York.
What's
I
our task?
never thought... What?
What's our task for the night?
Oh, you need to go to the gallery overpass, and you need to leave a mark that advertises that you decide is your mark you're going to leave that tells people you're around.
Got it. Okay.
Think of it as a sort of informal introduction to the roving populace of the creeps of New York. Creeps with a capital C, not the small c. But
Okey-dokey.
yes. Yeah. And she's still quite discombobulated, like, as she just sort of turns and walks back off. Just strange and confused.
Bye-bye, Miss French Vanilla.
Yes, bye, Danica.
Pleasure.
And you. Oh, yes, quite. Leaving the three of you and the big dog alone in the car park next to a cherry red Kangoo.
Well, shall we head to the gallery overpass?
No, we should decide what we're going to do as a calling card first. Do anybody have an idea?
Well, we like insects. We should do an insect.
Can you tell us what native insects are to New York City?
Nope.
I'm pretty sure that's like what intelligence and animal can to know.
Yeah, be intelligence and animal ken, or maybe intelligence science or intelligence academics. Any
Academics
of the three
is
of those
literature.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yep, nope.
And science would be what? Biology or
Yeah, biology,
habitats or
yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Like environmental science kind of stuff. Yeah.
Ain't got it.
Okay. That's fine.
Okay. So if we want to do insects, it has to be something that stands out, which means we need to know what's common. So where do you think we should go to figure that out?
I would have thought that maybe a New York gangrel would know, considering they mentioned liking insects, but I see your point.
Oh, we
Yeah, let's just step back
absolutely
between
know.
them.
We absolutely know. But we're not going to hold your hands like you're a child unless you want us to beat you like a child when you get it wrong. You got a brain. You have to have lived 13 years.
Nope, I just figured group project.
Kayla, I missed what Kayla said. Sorry.
She's gonna step away from in between their conversation, just like offering them the space to talk after she hears what Artemis says to Danica.
He's like, oh shit, not that cane, not again.
Reverse. Yeah.
Just Danica, like she's coming off rude, but it's meant to be more of a, I'm leading you here. Come on.
So, Artemis, one thing does immediately strike you, mostly from your own house. Cockroaches are incredibly common.
You know, in the basement, lots of cockroaches.
Okay, so then we avoid cockroaches. Do you know why we avoid cockroaches? Not you. Kayla, why are we going to avoid cockroaches as our calling sign?
I imagine that they're possibly common here.
Exactly! You don't get whacked with the cane this time. So, do you see now, if we're going to use insects, we need something that is not native to New York. That way, it sticks out like a sore thumb. That way, it's very clear this belongs to someone and is being watched.
Well, we could check our local library. If you do not want to access anything electronic, you do a search for that. Or I don't want to ask you, Danica, to do more work than you should be doing. I do, however, know that if you are able to speak with the insects. They might have a suggestion for us, especially if they know you well enough.
Oh, they do. We talk to them all the time. But Danica is trying to see how smart you are, so Danica knows how hard she has to work.
Then maybe we should go to our closest public library.
Okay. Do you know of a library that's open at 11 o'clock at night?
You know, there was a university library when I was growing up that, you know, was usually open late for students.
Okay.
Used to get some really good warm and coffee there.
So then we should go to
one of the universities.
You're smart! Holy shit! Danica's
I know,
surprised.
I surprised myself.
Cool.
Unless there's a pet store nearby that sells insects.
You're smarter. We like you. We hate you both equally. Okay. You're driving.
I feel that might be a mutual statement.
You're dying, you're the one driving Espresso Depresso. And she, like, crawls out of the driver's seat and into the back. Like, from between. And then here comes this big-ass cane corso behind her, just kind of, like, pushing, and then just lays down.
Kayla, quick one. You very much are a dead body person, correct?
Yes.
Make an intelligence plus medicine roll at difficulty 7.
Difficulty 7. I don't get to use a specialty, but that's okay. 4.
Nice. So there is one group of insects you are very familiar with. Just really one. And it is the carrion beetle, or the corpse beetle, because of how useful it is in indicating time of death, etc., and decomposition.
As we get in the car, then, I will say, what about the corpse beetle?
Where are you going to find that in New York City?
Normally dead bodies, but they're not commonly seen unless you work in the field.
So how would you get your hands on them to make them a calling card?
It would require something dead. It doesn't have to be a human. It could be something else. Or, yes, you could probably call upon them.
Okay. What do you offer Danica to do it? Danica doubts you're going to be able to buy that at a pet store. Danica also doubts there's any pet stores open at the moment.
What would you like, Danica?
What do you find of value? Danica understands how boons work. Danica's Papa Wolf did not raise no bitch.
You can ask me to assist you regarding anything in my lab, Danica.
Danica doesn't like labs.
It's more about testing things, making sure that they're safe, edible, consumable.
Danica's good at that. Danica has medical experience. She went to college to be a nurse.
Okay.
That is not a lie or a deception. She actually has that. That's not a lie.
Then I will owe you a boon of your choice, Danica.
Okay, Danica will take that. Danica likes unconditional boons.
It lead to murder. Sorry, that's the storyteller.
And you? Depresso Espresso?
You want your hair or makeup done? Sure. You want some clothing? Sure. I can make jewelry. You're wearing silver.
Yes, Danica
My
likes
favorite
silver.
kind, actually.
And she kind of like points to her face. It's like these large scars. She goes, yeah, Danica really likes silver. Danica likes
I
throwing
wasn't gonna
hands with
ask.
Garou. Danica fights Garou
Yeah.
for fun.
Yeah, the two of you will actually notice that the 4 claw marks down her face
There's 4.
are
There's 4.
are quite widely spaced, and there's very few creatures that leave marks like that, and she's mentioned the Garou.
I wasn't going to ask. But
Tell
hey,
you
good
what.
to know.
Be our on-call silver weaver, and you got a deal.
I can do that.
So, Boone and Silver Weaver. Okay. Danica can do it. Oh, it takes time.
So-
We can't do it right this second.
I wasn't.
okay.
I wasn't pushing for that. I'm just thinking, like, okay. So
Danica will sneak
have
into the. Danica
okay.
will sneak into the zoo, and steal a few, and then breed them, and then turn them into what we need. She'll cool them. For now, we'll draw the symbols, like gang signs, but on the wall.
Can I get perception plus alertness from all 3 of you? In Danica's case, it is difficulty 9, unfortunately. Everybody else's case, it's difficulty 8.
And do any of my specialties at all?
Not from within the car, unfortunately.
No, I can't risk it. Anywho. Oh, I got 2 successes. The blind bitch seen the most. What?
Use the willpower. I got 1.
Hey,
sorry.
sometimes the dice brat giveth and the dice brat taketh away, as we have discovered. First of all, Danica, with the windows, I'm assuming, slightly cracked, you don't see anything, funnily enough.
Mhm.
But you do hear some odd sounds, but more importantly, you smell a really laundry soapy smell, a really clean clothes, starched shirt kind of smell, and at the same time some distant talking. Artemis and Kayla, with both of you getting 1 success each, I believe. Yeah. You hear some talking. Don't really see much going on. Seems kind of peaceful. Just maybe an odd noise.
Odd noise makes Artemis kind of pause, stop talking, and try to listen a little bit closer, and kind of going.
There's no further noise. Maybe it was just a can being kicked over or blowing in the wind.
Danica's gonna focus on that smell and the location in which it's coming from, and then focus really, really hard on the sound. Since everybody clearly heard something.
You can make a follow-up perception plus alertness roll. At 1 difficulty lower.
Hey, screw you. Concentration states I don't take any disadvantages. My concentration merit. I don't take disadvantages from not being able to hear. or not being able to see if I focus everything on hearing.
Oh, right. Oh, sorry. If you're focusing everything on hearing, yes. So it'll be down to the same difficulty we rolled on.
What did everybody else
I'll
roll?
say no penalties on difficulties to see. If I
No,
concentrate really
no.
hard, I can still
Yeah, no.
see.
To
Yeah, I know.
hear.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Same difficulty as they rolled on, which I believe is 7. Does it say 7?
8.
8.
What
Sorry.
equals
No,
this?
wait, 8.
Yes. Okay, this time I'm gonna use it. Hey, storyteller.
Yeah.
Double hearing specialty. Does that lower my difficulty? Using table rule. Bioacoustics plus human echolocation.
By 2.
So if you're new here, if you double spec into something and it works like that, the storyteller will drop the difficulty by 2.
Reluctantly. But he will. Yes, double speciality is not always very easy to layer over, or you have to build around it, basically.
Give me my fucking shit.
Okay. You can hear someone. You can smell that smell very strongly for you. You know, as in you are
Do they have a
identifying it.
heartbeat?
I mean, 6 successes, but they aren't very close. You can hear them breathing, like regularly cadenced, living breathing.
She don't trust it. Where are they walking? Too far away? Like where are they walking?
Stationary.
They're walking in the same place.
No.
Like, in
so
place?
they're not like cadenced breathing, as in like
No. Asking how they're walking. Like she's using her hearing. Are they going
she's
far
not
away?
walking. They're standing still, but you can hear as they shift position slightly, the kind of things that people do when they're stood still.
So I can tell it's breathing. That doesn't necessarily mean it's human. Super laundry smell. So fresh clothes, which is weird. When they were walking, could I tell what type of shoes they were wearing? Like, is it heels? Does it echo? Are they flats?
It was flats, probably leather soled, really well kept. It feels almost familiar.
Almost familiar. The fuck? Danica is confused. That's all.
On 6 successes, you've
Sorry.
definitely smelled. No, it's fine. You've definitely smelled this before.
How recent?
Close. Recent. Up close and personal.
Who the fuck?
In the market.
Oh no, she's getting the fuck up out the car and going the fuck up in Elysium with the dog. And she's like, before she gets out, she goes, "Get in Elysium now. Go. Don't run. Walk normal. Go."
Does not argue.
Okay. So as the two of you step out, you see a figure. It looks like a generic office workery kind of guy. Plain suit, sunglasses. Just nothing terribly ordinary. You also see a young woman, looks like, red hair, sort of gothy, almost Lolita-y looking outfit, sort of moseying her way through the car park with a really big built sort of guy with blonde hair, and you can not Danica, because she's already smashed the crap out of what can be picked up on every other sense. Artemis and Kayla, you can make one more perception plus alertness at difficulty 6.
I'm sorry. Yeah, heightened senses.
Yes, heightened senses would reduce the difficulty by 2.
That's 4 then. Okay.
You said perception, awareness,
Perception alertness.
alertness. Okay.
Does it have to be perception alertness for me as well?
Yes. Yeah. Awareness is for picking up supernatural vibes. Alertness is general perceptionizing.
With the same roll. Okay. But still.
Okay. I'm going to have to wait for Danica to get back for this one. But I'll go through what Artemis sees. You see what I just described, the redhead, the blonde guy. There's security people in the security area, the generic salaryman looking kind of guy. With your 6 successes, Kayla, on visual stuff with heightened senses, your suddenly enhanced eyes, picking up on the radiance of everything suddenly as if somebody turned the brightness up to max. You see there is a guy in what looks to be like a brown trench coat, and it's the cleanest trench coat you've ever seen, and a crisp white shirt, shadowing between the cars after that redhead and blonde guy. And then you hear a sudden crack of thunder. But it's not thunder, and it echoes through the car park. And the guy who was shadowing those 2 people sprays red.
She is going to grab Artemis and Kayla, and with every bit of fiber in her, she is going to spend a blood point. She's going to use potence, and she's going to drag these fuckers as quick and as fast as possible to the elevator, and kind of put herself and Huntsman between them, and she just get inside, go fast, really, really fast, get Layla now. And instead of that, like, she makes sure they get in, she doesn't go in, and she runs back towards the van with the dog.
Artemis, bearing in mind you are incredibly potenty yourself, do you allow yourself to be bundled in the elevator?
Allow to get to the elevator, but they just ran back out, so that's not cool with Artemis.
Okay. So as Danica runs back out there, and behind you, Artemis, as the doors are about to close, you just sort of...
Yeah.
Okay.
And
leaving poor Kayla alone in the elevator.
If possible, pulling whatever I can in terms of keeping myself nice and hidden, but...
Are you using shadowies?
Yeah, just shadow play though.
Right. So they stay a bit flickery hidden. Okay.
Yes.
You tuck down low, try and sneak.
Mm-hmm.
Spend blood point, and then roll me Dex plus stealth, please, as you leap out from the elevator to hide next to some cars.
Back in shadows?
Yep. On the plus side, Caleb, the lift closes and you're like in blissful peace and away from wherever the gunfire was. You're like, oh well, I'm alone again.
What was the diff?
It would be parking garage, maybe 7.
7?
But that is very stealthy. You melt into the shadows next to the car, Danica, you race back over to the cherry red car, I believe.
Whatever car she can smell is closest to the elevator.
Okay. So you managed to take cover at a car near the elevator.
Mm-hmm. No.
Now what?
Under her skirt, she's gonna pull out her little pew pew and going to bribe it so that it works for her correctly.
Yep.
And
okay,
then
yep.
She's gonna remain very quiet and focus on that scent to figure out where it's coming from, because like she knows that scent, she knows what that scent is, she knows what it's causing.
You rush over where that scent is,
and then she commands our good boy here into the lay down, prepare to guard position.
Okay, so you get over there, and that's when the memory clicks together. Having your gun in your hand suddenly flashes exactly what the smell was. It was that weird, curious guy who kept trying to talk to you in the market, who just smelled too clean. Like, not the scary guy, the other guy. Who had food.
Yep. Yes, she knows. It doesn't smell right.
I'm just making.
Yes.
Yeah. You reach him.
No, she doesn't go to him.
Oh no, you're not going to him. You're just getting near.
No, she's sitting and she's focusing on the sense of him to see where he's going, listening to what's going on, so on and so forth.
He's lying down on the floor with a bullet wound in him.
Oh, great. Okay, so we're gonna aim at whatever. You know what? Since I got to hear where the bullet sound came from, I'm going to focus on that area instead for any of the slightest sounds, like full focus in hearing.
Okay.
To try and
Make
pick
a perception plus alertness. Difficulty 9. But your speciality does count twice, so it goes down to 7. Artemis, I will point out, from your point of view, from underneath the car, the only way I can justify how you got so successful is you're basically under a car, right? Is you watch Danica sprint over to a car and pull a gun, right, for a start, which is intimidating. Oh, okay. And Danica, you cannot hear anything in the distance.
Okay, then spirit speech and see if I can talk to the garden to give me an overview, since I know that it's connected into this so that I can see.
Hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to translate this into how Danica would. Sorry, trying to translate from visual things into other sort of sensory information.
So no. So the way that her vision works is when vibrations hit, she can see outlines
it's still 3D
of things.
Yeah.
So as the sounds go off, it's 3D rendering everything around in a pulse.
I get you. Yep. I keep having to remind myself, Daredevil, not other things. So yes, you do get a impression of an outline of a suited figure.
Like suit?
Suit. Stood still, not moving. Stood up, not moving.
Does it what is its position compared to the guy that's on the ground that is now shot?
I'm gonna have to do this visually, and realized as I put my hands up, my hands immediately vanished, which was not terribly helpful. Right. So if chat, do not turn this into something weird.
Chat, turn into something weird. Like poo-poo eggs. Like poo-poo eggs.
So if this is, I am not touching my nipples. If this is where the dead guy is, right? having to use me because I'm the only thing that shows up because everything else vanishes. Right. So this is where the dead guy is.
Mm-hmm.
This is where the couple was.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you're gonna turn that into something weird and gift that as I do that, right? Then the shot came this way,
Mm-hmm.
right? And the
Mhm.
suited guy is over here. The shot came this way, suited guy is over here.
How many other people can I see, or is it just them now?
Hold on.
See.
Couple. Yeah. Couple. Severely injured, possibly dying. Stationary suited person. The direction the shot came from.
Mhm.
There is something over there. It's very fuzzy.
Okay. Here's where I'm going to use my criminal background. Nobody questioned me. So I'm going to peek around from the car. I'm going to aim the gun directly at where that couple is, but I'm going to aim it at about where the sound came from, but I'm aiming directly for the concrete wall so that when I shoot it, the bullet bounces and ricochets back in the original trajectory in which that the bullet had shot from originally. So it's like return to sender bullet.
So you're going to try and ricochet a pistol shot.
Yes, but I've fed a gnosis.
Yeah. While
To do
blind, but we're going trick shots. Okay.
Not with the deal that was made.
No, I'm aware.
Give
There
it
are
to me.
things, people. There are sometimes things that you look back on, right, and you go, "I was not expected to get into this situation. This is one of them." Okay. Dex firearms.
So, do I get to count this towards my firearms training since I am in active training?
Oh, yeah. You're an active shooter at a crime scene with no eyes. I'm pretty sure this counts.
This is great.
Yeah, you can. The difficulty for this, I mean, high would be my gut. To be fair.
With guidance from my little fish.
Yeah, that's the bit. Yeah, no, yeah, that's the bit.
Because that was part of the deal.
Yeah, no, exactly.
He's really
we will go
quickly
with
regretting that.
Maybe. We'll go with difficulty 6 after we balance out everything else, basically.
Does my specialty of precise count?
Is that on your dexterity by any chance?
Yes.
Yes, it counts.
I think I'm
Kayla,
gonna be called a
you are-
bitch before
Kayla,
this.
you're having a lovely, peaceful time in the elevator, like do music up into Elysium. Go and find.
What was the
someone to
difficulty?
report this to. 6. Artemis, however, you're having a rather different living experience right now. It's like under the car, you're watching some kind of FBI agent going on over here.
Okay, I only have 1 willpower left, but this is okay. After this roll. 1 success.
Okay. I mean, you make the shot goes and travels back down the trajectory of the original shooter.
I'm lighting up that area.
Yeah, just a smidgen. Yes,
That's what I'm
as
trying
that
to do.
ricochet bounces around, you do see. Again, I'll use inverted wiggly finger commas. You do see that there is a person there, and they are hurriedly disassembling something.
So now that I have that location lit the fuck up, I'm going to use my sweet guard dog and send him to attack. To control and get the target. No, not like that. Not like that.
Right, okay.
So I unclip his service vest, and he goes from demeanor to nature, and he's now attack dog, and he is set to subdue the target.
Well, he sprints off into the dark and, well, lit but dark shadows, etc., to subdue something or someone. Meanwhile, you can tell that the suited figure vanishes. And I mean, like, 1 minute you can see it, and then it's like it wasn't there.
Okay.
Right? Which you have other information that might inform you as to what that might be. Artemis, what do you do anything, or are you just watching like John McClane in an Alice in Wonderland outfit over here?
What all can I even see from where I'm at?
I mean, from where you're lying down under the car, you've watched Danica basically go full tactical up to the edge of a car, go under her dress, pull out an actual 9mm pistol, and unerringly do a ricochet shot off of a concrete pillar backwards towards wherever the shot came from. You are, I guaranteeably, from your personal experience, Danica clearly has celerity. It would require discipline-level dexterity to do that kind of horseshit. She clearly has celerity of some kind. Because that's the kind of crazy bullshit you've seen people do, where it's like, I'm going to throw this knife like a boomerang so it comes back to me because I'm a vampire. Kind of vibe. So that's what you've seen. What do you choose to do?
So in terms of the others that were in the garage, do I know where like that couple is? Or
yeah, you can see them like lying, because you're low down under other cars. You can actually see them lying down, the big blonde guys on top of the redhead covering her. You can see what looks to be a guy lying in his front, and you can smell him. How hungry are you, Artemis?
I'm at 8.
Oh, okay. You're not really hungry then. But
No,
still,
I'm
you
not
can smell.
super
You can
hungry.
smell that from here, though.
Does it look like Danica is pretty well covered?
Yes.
As far as shelter.
Yes.
Okay. Kind of just preparing just in case I have to do anything. Very much just watching this go down.
So, on prep, you watch the dog go ba-dum, 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 off into the distance, which is also probably quite a scary effect. Kayla, you reach Elysium. Where are you headed? You're on mute.
I would head to the same area in which we saw Layla.
Okay.
Unless I happen to see. No, I would head to Layla.
Okay. You start working your way through. It'll take a hot minute because a lot of this other stuff is happening very rapidly. So apologies. Be back in a second. Danica, there is a successful growl sound suddenly from in the distance.
Okay, I'm not worried about that. I'm gonna go towards the couple because I can smell the blood, and then I'm gonna use my medical skills to block out, well, mass bleeding first off, because like I gotta get that done. Plug it, put pressure on it, trauma care that bitch.
The couple is uninjured, but the other guy who smells like starch and clean clothes is bleeding.
You know what I mean.
Yeah. Make a... I'm so not used to mortals needing trauma care. Is it Dex plus medicine or is it Int plus medicine?
Dex plus medicine to save what's going on.
Cool. Did you say int medicine there? Sorry.
No,
Okay.
Dex and medicine.
Yeah, Dex medicine. Yeah, because it's not understanding what's going on; it's actually stopping what's going on. Yes. So Dex medicine. Did you say you had a specialty in trauma care?
I do. I have the precise and trauma care.
That definitely counts. So that would drop the difficulty to 5.
I'm gonna use my apron.
Cool.
4 successes.
Nice. You immediately start stuffing the large chest wound that the guy has suffered. He's coughing blood, etc. You know this is really dangerous, but you are on top of it as anybody possibly can.
So, while I'm doing that, since I'm already touching them,
Yep.
let's do... for the most dire pieces, Mother's Touch to start like pulling the bullet back out to avoid vitals, but healing the vitals.
Okay. Well, it's lethal damage, so make the roll.
Okay, so it's just difficulty 5 because of they have no rage.
Correct.
Does my trauma care spec still work for this one?
Oh yeah, like in fucking spades.
5 health points of damage gets healed on lethal organ blows, and I drop another
sorry?
points. 5 points.
5. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Thank you, Zavi.
Ooh. He suddenly stops bleeding. Like the blood just sort of, I mean, it's still bleeding, but it like slows very rapidly. The staunched wound closing, his eyes opening, his breathing settling. His heart is still thunderous, but it calms under your hands.
She's gonna use her nails and like dig into her wrist, like she's forcing herself to bleed. So she was using her blood to heal.
Gain a willpower, you sneaky git. Artemis, from over here in your position, you have just watched her put her own blood into this guy, and he suddenly doesn't seem like he's dying. You can't see very clearly. Mostly what you're seeing is Danica's ass, his legs, and sort of his head, but it's gone from legs shaking in the paroxysms of near death to stabilized, and the guy is breathing. So, that's pretty fucking cool.
About how far away is the couple?
About 40 feet away or so.
I think because Danica ran over to help the guy, Artemis is going to take that as a okay, danger's kind of low right now. Those two are laying there on the ground. Going to try and carefully make my way over there as quietly as possible.
Hey, Dex stealth, please. Difficulty 7 in the car park for the concrete.
Can I still play with my shadows?
Yes. I'm assuming like crawling car to car, kind of wending your way across.
Ducking low. Okay, math is not our friend. Got it. 2.
Okay, you do manage to scramble across stealthily. Danica, there is no way you can possibly miss Artemis. Like, at all. Like, physically, the act will... She has to... They have to crawl past you. There is no way, otherwise. So you perceive and smell Artemis crawling past you towards that couple, going under cars. Sort of like weird, creepy, crawly kind of vibe.
She'll just make a mental note.
Okay. The guy who you're working on, however, is blinking open his eyes and staring up at you. You can hear the sort of scrape of his eyelids on his eye, the gasping of his breath, and he says, "Who the hell?"
She's just gonna grab him by the scruff of his neck, and then she'll reach up, grab the car door, open it, and start trying to haul him into the passenger seat and just tell him don't move. That he's still wounded, to put pressure on it, and don't move.
Yep. He curls
and then
up in
close
that
the
passenger
door.
seat.
Keep his head down.
Okay.
Then she's gonna slide off her high heels and leave the cane behind, and then start crawling through the parking lot silently.
I believe you have a remarkable number of specializations in stealthy movement.
I have just silent movement.
So Dex silent move. Dex stealth, but precise will count here, so that will go down to difficulty 3.
Double spec. Let's go. Now it starts working. Silent movement precise. You said 3?
Yes.
You want to figure out how I got the nickname Itsy Bitsy? 5. In pure silent movement.
Well, if anybody was able to see, they would see, but they can't see because they can't see, because you're quite stealthy. But yeah, there is a flickering of shadows beneath cars and on strange surfaces that makes no sense from the angles, because frankly, anybody doing a weird crawl like that with an Alice in Wonderland-esque dress on is going to be a weird-ass shadow in the flickering darkness of a sort of underground parking garage. Eventually, you reach the pinned down figure that is on the ground underneath Huntsman. Huntsman is mostly sat on him. It's very much the sort of, I have gone the whole body and bit your head. Stay where you are. And neither of them notice you coming. Not that the person he's grabbed has much say in the matter, personally.
I'm gonna pistol whip him to knock him out. And...
Sorry, it's just the contrast of... Pistol whip! No, that's not a roll. Yeah, he's, you pistol whip a guy unconscious. You have medical skills, so you don't kill him. But you do manage to knock him out.
So since I'm close over here, could I potentially try to use my occult spec to see how that other guy disappeared?
Yes, you can make a perception plus occult. I'm just going to double check your...
Veil reading.
Yes, in which case your speciality definitely applies.
Figured. And what's the difficulty? What was the difficulty you said?
Oh god damn it, my brain just went completely blank. Sorry.
Does anybody know what he said?
Chat! Use your powers! The power of chat compels you! The power of chat compels you! Did I even say a difficulty? Then we remember me saying a difficulty. Screw it, we're gonna go with 5.
5 successes.
Not quite like you would expect, but something has definitely moved through space in the way you're meaning.
Okay.
However, the other thing that's important to note is there is a half disassembled sniper rifle on the floor around you. No, you can feel it. You've basically touched it.
I'm not touching anything.
No. Well, you know what I mean. Like you can feel you're about to bump into.
I can smell the gunpowder. Let's go that way.
There we go.
We're not
there is
touching
sensor information. Yeah, fingerprints. Here, have some fingerprints.
Sure, fingerprints.
Yep. Artemis, you're busy checking on the couple, moving over to them. Kayla, you find Layla.
Apologies, but... And then I would explain briefly what's going on.
And it's about then that she starts to get bleep, 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 alerts on her phone. She's like, fuck. Right. Security starts organizing security to kind of lock things down a bit quietly up here. Go secure parking. She actually says thank you, a little resentfully, but also an actual thank you. And there is a moment where you are not being paid attention to, so you can choose whether you wish to stay, return. What do you wish to do?
Kayla wasn't told that she should need to return, and unless anybody says go back downstairs, she's going to wait.
Okay, fair play. Artemis, you reach the couple. It is a blonde-haired giant of a guy with lots of muscles and a little redhead woman, about 5 foot tall, in sort of gothy Lolita-y clothes. They seem to be fine, terrified but fine.
Can I tell, if they're alive or not?
They seem fairly alive by the clear tears running down their eyes of utter terror.
That's fair. Gonna make sure that I don't look like I'm doing something creepy with the shadows, just that it's ordinary parking garage and that I crawled my way over here to
Bear in mind
them.
you are cloaked in shadows, you might want to drop them.
Yeah, basically yes. From underneath the car and just kind of carefully come out from underneath without the shadows and then quietly go, okay, stay down. Are you both okay?
And they sort of
okay. Security's probably on their way. Just hold tight. Don't make any loud noises. Just, we're staying right here.
They stay there quietly. You notice there's a puddle of blood over there in the distance, but the guy who was injured is now gone, strangely. Danica, over in Shooter's Corner.
Yes.
What you up to?
Oh, pulling Huntsman off of him and purposely sitting on him myself so he can't go nowhere.
Okay. You hear this terrified sounds of his heartbeat.
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay.
She doesn't care. She just rolls him over, sits on his back, and has Huntsman prepared to practically take this man's balls if he tries to wake and move.
Okay.
That's it. She's waiting for security.
Oh, okay. Right, okay. Right, that's why I was just checking in case this was leading somewhere really horrific.
No. If he gets up and tries to move, yeah, he'll get his nuts ripped the fuck off. You'll get a cane corso with a hella bite pressure.
Yeah, no.
I hope you're not having any more kids.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's currently in the not moving itis. Eventually, security does arrive.
Mm-hmm. She has her gun back in her garter belt.
Oh, you've secreted it back away. would you like to pretend to be completely sweet and innocent?
No, she's just sitting on him, like, got him.
Right? No, I just thought I'd check, and it's like, I don't know how it happened.
Nope. Oopsie, blind girl tripped and fell onto the shooter.
Just took him out. Whoops, clink. Yes, no, you are relieved of him by like 4 or 5 security personnel who also retrieve the weapon from the ground wearing gloves, etc. Secrete that away in a bit.
Inform them of the harmed guy.
They appreciate it and they rush off to. Was it in the cherry red?
No, it's whatever car was next to him. Was like, hey, I did use, I used our, our, and she like shows like the cut on her hand to heal him a little bit. So
security sort of nod. They're like, they give you the, and then they realize, oh, good work, because the whole it doesn't really work particularly well. But yeah, they give you the verbal thumbs up. Go, and Artemis, you also get not quite accosted by security. They're a bit nervy when they approach you, and then when you sort of back off, they realize the other two are fine. They realize you're not just like a predator waiting for an opportunity who's like, hooray, free snacks!
Showing hands.
The showing hands, you are treated respectfully, if a little paranoidly, and gently pulled away off to one side while the couple are rescued, etc., and taken away. Eventually, a really deep-voiced security guy you both recognize comes and goes, and again, I really wish I could do the voice. I cannot go lower than this. This is as low I go, and he sounds way lower than this. Comes up to you and asks, ladies, you're wanted back inside. That's okay.
She's just gonna get Huntsman's vest and go.
And takes you back inside. You make it back up to Elysium, where Layla has sort of set up a impromptu security sort of thing. But when you guys arrive back, Kayla is there. Kayla decided to stay and wait. And Layla ushers you to her into a booth to tell me what happened. You guys were actually there. What happened?
I would describe what I saw.
Okay.
Heard a thing, and then Danica said to get moving. Danica went back out, so I stayed.
Okay. Danica, what happened?
Somebody came in, took aim, fired at the guy. There was another person there. They vanished, as if they were just deciding, let me just... And she tries to think of the word for a moment, and then she goes, I don't know, used a ritual or something to, teleport. So, maybe one of those special frisky Tremere. And that guy was the one shot, but I don't... Never mind. Facts only. Dude was shot. Dude was shot. This dude was putting everything back together. The other dude vanished once Huntsman subdued the shooter.
Okay. It sounded like you were going to say something else there.
Nope. Nope, only speaking facts.
But you have theories.
Nope.
No? Oh.
Nope.
Okay. Well, thanks to your quick efforts, we seem to have jumped on a bit of a dangerous situation, so thank you. And I take it you were the one that kept him alive, Danica, the person who got hit.
Yes, Danica used her blood.
very potent, it seems. That's impressive.
Danica
The
is
children
her
of
sire's
Gangrel are-
child.
Apparently, yeah. Okay. I'd suggest the three of you make a sharp exit and head to the bridge. Take the car and get some space from this while we tidy things up around here. Sorry, I wasn't sure if you were gesturing for something.
No, Artemis is
Oh.
doing just
Oh,
mental
just
math of how they're
mental
going
math.
to come back for their car later.
Oh, right, okay. Take the car, hit the bridge up, and maybe talk about what you want to do. But thank you for your work tonight. Like, responding really quickly. That's a hell of a thing. Hell of a thing. And remarkably responsible. Go. On you go. Go get your car. And
Doesn't have
she
to be
shoos
told
you
twice.
3 away.
I'll walk toward get the car. Walk
Yeah.
toward the car.
Danica's gonna pull out her phone and call her taxi man
Okay.
to get there instead.
Okay. So you're gonna meet the taxi man out front or
Yep.
in parking? Yeah. Okay. Going your separate ways. You guys head to the parking garage. The red car is there. Unfortunately, Danica still has the keys. But
No,
your
she
car
threw
is
them.
there.
She threw
Oh,
them
did you?
over her shoulder.
Oh, that's true, actually. You did. Yeah, yeah. Artemis, you have the keys because you swapped over. I remember now. Yes, Artemis, you have the keys. Danica, you easily make it out front to your taxi person who is on call for you. And you go your separate ways. But where are you headed, Danica?
She's heading towards the bridge. She just won't get in the car with them.
Okay, fair enough. You head via taxi to the car. Sorry, head via taxi to the car. Head via taxi to the bridge. I'm sorry, I am struggling a little bit. Head to the bridge via the taxi. Artemis and Kayla, you head to the bridge with the car. Correct? Right, cool.
Oh, and it's a very quiet ride.
Yeah, I can imagine. Just like that was a lot. The two separate groups arrive at the bridge at different speeds. Danica, you'll get there first. Artemis and Kayla, you'll get there slightly after. The bridge, the gallery overpass is dark, barely lit, but there are teenager-like people playing around, skating, making noises, rattling chains, as it were, mucking around Danica when you get there. The walls are covered in a myriad forest of symbols, posters, stuff that appears like it's fossilized on there. Yeah, I'm getting to that. I'm trying to also include our audience because describing the tactile feel of a wall is probably not as engaging for them, to be fair. But for you, what you mostly smell is paint and texture. And interestingly, scents. Lots of different scents. And lots of different textures of those scents. Things from deep in the sewers, things from near vehicles and smells of cars, things that smell like blood, and things that smell perfectly human as well.
Are there any bugs?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
The place
I'm gonna
has
go
an
in like
awful lot.
in like an alleyway from where the taxi cut me off, and then like behind a dumpster and make sure nobody's there. Just start picking bugs and eating them because hungry.
Okay, fair play. You start chowing down. It's quite an easy meal to make, and they're big, fat, juicy bugs.
Yum, yum.
It turns out there's like a Greek gyro place here, so like the bugs are really well fed. It's just like an ocean of various. Oh, you're young or so tasty. Kind of vibe. And you easily tank up on juices, as it were. I would ask you to describe that in more detail, but I'm not sure I want to.
Oh no, it's quite literally as she picks them up, she's just and then crunching them down. Like nothing weird about it. She's just munching the bugs.
I've managed the whole stream without doing that. And now I have the most colourful hand ever. Damn it. Oh, God. The whole stream. Anyway, right. So.
They're crunchy
yes,
bugs,
you
so
are...
it's like crunch, squirt, eat. So yeah.
Yeah. Like proper nasty. But yeah, it's a delicious meal. A delicious meal. And then, yeah, the bridge area is that weird, rich texture web of scents of many people that visit and leave. Eventually, you smell two familiar scents of apparently sadness in a doctor's office. It's just such the harshest description. But you smell familiar smells.
Better
and
than what
the familiar
Danica
sound
said
of
in my
the car.
head.
Okay. But yes, the familiar sound of the electric fan pulling up. Having filled up on your slimy but satisfying meal. Yeah, Artemis, Kayla, you pull up to the bridge, the gallery overpass. It is, as I described it a minute ago, a broad area of graffiti, posters, signage. There's like missing persons posters, like pamphlets of "Will you buy my sofa? Tear off a ticket and call me," kind of things. All sorts. I mean, layers and layers. It looks like almost the history of New York wallpapered over itself multiple times, and graffiti and art and everything. Both of you can make a intelligence and streetwise roll.
If
7.
nope, I
Wrong
put that in
chat.
the wrong place.
But it's one success.
It's 1. Right,
Yeah.
there we go.
That shows me for being distracted.
Any roll from Kayla? 2. Ah. Okay. So, you two pick up on that this area isn't just used by one group of people. It's used by lots of different groups of people. And that it's clearly used for advertising services, possibly code phrased to a certain degree. Like you're pretty sure nobody is looking for like, please would you like to hire my sofa? It's a size 50, and various other phrasing that makes you think there's something going on here that's a bit odd. And there's other graffiti, etc., symbols, like not quite gang signy kind of vibe, but people have left marks to identify that they're here. And you're starting to get a feel that in kindred culture nearby, this is maybe where people sort of announce themselves as being around. It's kind of a tag yourself in kind of situation. But there is no sign of Danica currently.
I would just be scouting, like, in the general vicinity for a good spot, possibly to have, while waiting for Danica.
Okay. You wait around.
Once she's done eating, she'll come out.
Okay. So you, having filled up on bugs, You manage to find Kayla and Artemis lurking around in the gallery overpass.
She'll just approach, but she's not talking right now.
Is there a spot that we can see that's evident but clear, like it's visible, but there's nothing really on that area anywhere?
Yeah, from your previous role, yeah, you're able to find an area that is mostly old stuff that nobody's touched in a very long time. It's kind of washed clear, fairly clear texture. You could easily mark something on if you wanted to.
I'd walk over to that spot and I would say, here.
And it's pretty clear.
I'm gonna let.
Like I said, it's pretty clear. There's no other signage or like that's bugging it. There's nothing that we're going to be impeding on.
It doesn't
So-
look like that, no.
So stick out. Make it extremely obvious. Make it where hunters can see that there's a kindred calling card. She sounds flat-toned, almost like there's a hint of annoyance underneath it. But at the same time, like, she's trying really hard to rein in her emotions.
Let's find another spot. One more suitable. I start to look for a spot that's more suitable.
Okay. Make a wits and streetwise roll. Everybody, please. At difficulty.
Danica's not trying to help at all.
Okay. Those who are doing so at difficulty
Sorry.
6, please. No, that's fine. I mean, it's also a bit harder to help to a certain degree. Different kind of help, actually.
You said 6?
Yeah.
Got a 4.
Sorry, I'm having to scroll the Discord every time you guys roll. It's getting challenging. Okay, Artemis, you're not really picking up on anything particularly. However, Kayla, eventually you do find a spot that is really busy with loads of like band promotional stuff and everything else, and you could probably slip a symbol in without it really being noticed. You know, something not too small but not too big, something subtle. You could probably get away with.
I'm going to describe this spot to Danica. Visually describe it. And say this also looks like a suitable spot and it's more hidden, more inconspicuous. You place it here.
That's up to
Is
you.
that agreeable for the both of you?
Danica's not
Artemis?
going to handhold. Y'all have to figure this out. You have to question things.
Artemis kind of gives a tiny nod and goes, I mean, it'll probably blend in with some of the band posters, but I don't think it'll be so bad that, you know, someone with the right knowledge would miss it necessarily. Need materials
So,
and, you know, anyone know how to actually draw?
anybody here know how to make a band poster so it doesn't stick out as the only symbol, not with a name or anything?
That can be done on a computer. We can take care of that, or I can take care of that. Create some image on a flyer, and come back here and place it. Now we have a spot that can be taken care of today, or tonight, should I say?
So, the three of you found a location that might be suitable, come up with an idea of where to tag and what you might actually tag up, like a little poster that shows the corpse beetle, perhaps, etc. Set up a bit of a calling card, and you've been through a fairly intense, sudden process of a shooting that's clearly disturbed the three of you in varying different ways. And I'm just eyeballing the clock here. The night has worn on a touch. Do you return to your havens to work on your various things that you need to ready for the next night, such as preparing that band poster, dealing with your personal responsibilities, and perhaps returning to the market for other hobbies?
Who, Danica?
Yes.
Oh no, she's. You know what? No, she's gonna be a good girl. She's just going to go to Central Park, away from these two.
Okay. And Artemis?
Artemis does not want to take that red van home. That is a big red cherry van that definitely sticks out. Artemis is going to want to switch out their vehicles before they head back home.
Okay. Good shout. And Kayla?
Just Uber or Lyft.
Uber?
She's gonna call a cab
Yep.
once we get back to Elysian and
Cab back home. Okay. All good. The night ends you all peacefully, relatively speaking. And for now, that is where we are going to call the end of this episode for now. So thank you very much, our audience, for being with us tonight with our brand new coterie in brand new circumstances, with terrifying things going on, and trying different things out. As always, please do remember we have our Discord, we have all the various bits and pieces, and we are trying to make sure that we try and raise some really good funds for Trans Lifeline, correct? Yep, Trans Lifeline. I'm trying to make sure I get it right because it's 11:30 at night here. It's quite late. I'm starting to get a bit tired. But as always, and something we advocate strongly for, we are now going to disappear and we're going to head into aftercare and bleed for our players and storyteller to make sure everything's okay. Kayla?
Happy Pride, everyone.
Happy Pride!
Happy Pride, everybody.
Be
Have
crime,
a
do
great
gay.
Yeah, be crime, do gay. Absolutely.
Hold on, because I promised somebody, I'm going to go see if there's someone we can raid who is also streaming Vampire the Masquerade on Twitch. So those who don't know, I promised Storyteller Steve from Vancouver that I would start raiding in because he came in one time and he wanted us to raid someone and I almost missed it. So I promised from here on out I was going to try doing it now that I have that ability. So we're going to go see. Oh, there's no one. Okay, so we're good. We're the only ones today. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Be crime, do gays. Mwah.
Yes. Much crime.